Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ball State Esports. It's another Thursday night with CRL Open 3v3 number 3 with the Ball State Black roster. This would be their last chance to try and get enough CRL points to qualify for that last chance qualifier and have a chance to have a fight for the championship, because that is what the last chance qualifier is for. I'm Wyatt, aka Libby Baby.
I'm Zane, aka Pokey Penguin.
Yeah, and welcome back to CRL. This is our third one in 3 weeks. We are in Pool A4, and yeah, that's basically the story of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, got a long night ahead of us probably of Rocket League, assuming we do well and don't lose 2 games immediately. That would put a quick end to the night.
That would be a very quick end to the night, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I don't think that's going to happen either. We are the second highest seeded team in our pool, only being beat by St. Clair Gold. But, of course, this is a Rocket League stream, but this weekend we have something pretty cool going on. So it is the ESC LAN, or the championship, and we have Valorant and League of Legends. Both are the 1 seed in the MAC conference. League of Legends was undefeated this season. Valorant only lost 1 game to EMU, but both are the 1 seed going into the championship weekend, which that's going to be fun. All the way down in Akron, Ohio. Many Ball State production members will be working those streams. I'll be casting some of the Valorant games. Lucas will be casting. Bryce, Salem, all of them will be casting. We have some of the backroom people, Trinity, Austin, Ethan, all going to be doing some work for those streams. So be sure to tune in. I believe they'll be on the ESC. I think just ESC's Twitch, and I think Akron's Twitch will also probably have a secondary stream.
I assume so, yeah.
That would be my assumption. Yeah, hopefully League of Legends can repeat as champions, and hopefully Valorant can win that championship for what I believe would be the first time in program history. I'm not sure if they've won one before. I know this last one was Rocket League's first time, but I don't know about Valorant if they've ever won one. I'm going to assume they haven't, because...
Yeah, I would assume the same if...
or else I think we would have heard about it. I think we would have... I don't know. Maybe we have, maybe we haven't. Sorry, probably should know that. But anyway, let's get back to CRL. We have a highlight reel that we can show you of some of the stuff that happened last week in the Open, and I can sort of talk about some of the stuff that is happening in CRL today as we're watching these clips. So this is basically the CRL Open qualifier. These are the teams that didn't qualify for league play in the first 2 qualifiers. How this works is the top 4, I believe, in each respective pool get CRL points, and you get a different amount of points depending on which placing you are. You need to be in the top 8 of CRL points to qualify for the last chance qualifier, which is the last chance qualifier. It's a little complicated, CRL, and they change it almost every year.
Yeah.
Basically, the top 8 teams from Open Quali that didn't make league play go to the last chance qualifier, and then it's the bottom 12 teams from league play. So every team, excluding the top 4 from league play, meet in the last chance qualifier. Then it's the top 2 from the last chance qualifier go with the top 4 teams from league play to then fight for the championship.
Yeah.
It is a little complicated.
Yeah, you might have to run that back for me a couple times.
Yeah, I kind of was doing some research on how it all worked today, because I know we've been saying I mean they got to get CRL points, but I finally went and looked at how much they have, where they're ranked. They're currently ranked 11th in CRL points. And like I said, they need to be in that top 8. Right now, in the 8th place is Oklahoma Christian University with 7, and we have 5. So it's not impossible.
It's close.
It is close. It's not impossible. I guess the best chance that we have of getting into that top 8 for the Black roster would be to win their grand final today, or at least come in second. And then if they come in second, Oklahoma Christian would have to have a pretty bad day. But even then, if they win, Oklahoma Christian could have a good day and we wouldn't get in. So this is very true. It's kind of hard to tell mathematically what's going to happen. But yeah, number 1 in CRL points right now is a Bruton Parker. Christian, I believe. They're number 1 with 10, and they're tied with George Mason Patriots, who are the overall 1 seed, as well as Columbia. So that is kind of interesting. CRL is complicated.
CRL is very complicated, and I feel like it's one of those things where the more I look into it, the more confused I get.
Yeah, me too. Because like, I remember I was looking and I was trying to see like how the red roster was doing, and I was like, okay, let me look at the red. And like, there's games like from week 1 that they haven't played yet, and we're in like week 2. Like they've played games from week 2 or week 3, but there's games from week 1 they never played that are gonna happen in April.
How do you go to week 2 before stop?
Well, yeah, like I have
week 1. What?
It's weird. It makes no sense. We can take a look at the roster real quick while we try to figure out what's happening here. Like for example, of course, here's the black roster: Ultra, Yags, and Wova playing from home tonight. But yeah. Kind of talking about the red roster a little bit, they are currently 9th in league play, and they've played 8 games. They're 3-5. But like, for example, Northwood, usually one of like the top schools in CRL, is 11th right now, and they've only played 4 games. So like, I don't like, they've played half of Ball State's games. I don't understand.
That's so what?
It makes not a lot of
confusing.
sense. Yeah, like I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, that is the black roster, Ultra, Yags, and Wova. They are trying to get into that last chance qualifier where they maybe could have a chance of fighting for the championship. Oh,
there we go.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, we have all of them.
We have Wova Cam, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't think it was possible.
I did not think it was possible. We finally have Wova Cam. We have Ultra and Yags, of course. And Yags actually sitting in the light for once. Usually it's quite dark in there, but we can see him. And yeah, I can't believe we have Wova Cam. This is unbelievable. But
this is unbelievable.
I know. I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that PNG.
It was so emotional. And
yeah,
energetic.
I know.
Yeah,
it's pretty accurate. I believe that would be our fellow caster Noah back there.
I was about to be like, he's got a foot sticking out of his neck.
Yeah, I believe that would be Noah. Because they are roommates. So shout out Noah. There's Altor as well.
Repping the Ball State flag. I love it.
Yeah. Previously that was Yags, by the way. I don't know if I clarified, but yeah, that's Altor. Got that Ball State Cardinals flag. It has a really nice webcam, honestly. It's pretty high quality.
It really does.
Yeah.
This is nice. We got to get more player webcams.
I know. Like, even when they play from home, it's nice to have. And there we
go.
We have the live action Wova Cam for the first time in history. When he's playing from home, we have his camera. Because every other week we've had a PNG of him or just a picture of him on the screen. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to put any party hats on him or anything like that. Unfortunate, like we did. And I was lied to and told it was his birthday. It wasn't his birthday, but whatever. Yeah, and then now I guess we can take a look at the CRL bracket, which we are in Pool A4. Overall, we are the 9th seed out of all the remaining teams. You can see some of the matches have gone underway. We had that round 1 bye because we're the 2nd highest seeded team in our pool. And the hardest competition that we're going to face today is definitely St. Clair Gold. They are the 4th seed overall. I mean, St. Clair is currently ranked, even though all signs pointed to St. Clair not being as good this year, they are currently ranked number 1 in league play because, of course, they are.
Yes, St. Clair's always going to be St. Clair, I feel like.
I know. Like, the biggest storyline of CRL this year was that they lost their coach and they lost one of their best players to Maryville, and they're still number 1 in league play right now. Maryville's 4th. So, yeah. One surprise that I have is currently Fisher College is number 2. Now, wow. Ball State Red roster currently has 3 wins in league play, and one of them is against Fisher. Yet, Fisher is 2nd, and we are at 6-3, and we are 3-5, unfortunately. But yeah, we won't see if we win out all the way up until the winners finals. We won't see St. Clair until then, and that is kind of what's going to determine how many games of Rocket League we play. It's a minimum of 4 games, obviously here. So as you can see, because we got that bye, we have 1 round off, and then we will play 4 straight games, maybe 5 if we lose in the winners finals, and we will go straight to the losers finals. And the unfortunate thing about going to the losers finals straight from winners is you probably are going to have to wait a long time.
Yes.
Especially in brackets like these where there's not that many teams. So they have to be filled out by CRL can be a little complicated like that, but we hopefully have a good night. Hopefully we do just kind of make it all the way. I wouldn't be shocked if we lose to St. Clair in the winners finals. But hopefully we at least make the winners finals. We don't lose before then. Because if we lose before the winners finals, we are in for a lot more Rocket League. It could be upwards of 8 games if we don't. But judging by seeding, if we base it on seeding alone, we should make it to the winners finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at seeding and really just St. Clair is there's a lot of great schools in the bracket today, but St. Clair is the only one that I'm really worried about.
Yeah, I mean, because even though it's their secondary roster, it's not their number one roster. They play with one of the best one of the best Rocket League programs. I can't say in the country because they're Canadian. In the region, in the world, I guess. In the world, they're pretty good for collegiate. So they are, it's just a very good team. Like I said, they're number one in league play right now. They only have 1 loss. I don't know who they've lost to, but they only have 1 loss.
Interesting. Yeah, only 1 loss.
Yeah, very good. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to be the ones to go to the. They're going to definitely qualify for championship, and qualifying for the championship straight away definitely gives you a bit of a benefit. And I just turned off the light. It's officially dark now. We have.
He's locking in.
Yeah, we returned to the usual. Hey, at least we can still see him.
It's kind of like a gradient.
I know.
In a way, that's.
Yeah, it is actually. Wova's got the lights on. Then Altor got a little dim, and then Yags, it is entirely pitch black in there. So.
That's what light situation do you got to be in when you game?
I usually keep the lights off, but sometimes I forget, and I realize it'll be 1 a.m. and my lights are on, and I'm gaming with the lights on. I'm like, what am I doing? So then I get up and shut off the lights. I usually turn the lights off when I game personally. I will say I'm still the same, but recently, whenever it gets late and I don't have a light on, I'm just getting kind of tired. I know. I have that issue too sometimes where it's man, which basically means we're old.
We're unk.
It's man, the lights are off. Might as well go to bed.
Oh, the sun's gone. I guess I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, might as well just go to bed. Honestly, the amount I play video games at night has drastically decreased.
Oh, yeah.
I need to find a new game to get into. Maybe it'll be Rocket League. Probably not. I have a lot of work to do to make Rocket League a playable game for me.
This ceiling for Rocket League is
I literally I'm so bad at it.
I remember seeing for the first time people use the boost to just fly, and I was like, how can you do that?
I can't even do that.
I could never.
I'm I can't even drive around. And the thing is I'm not. It's not I'm used to using controller. I play platformers. I like controller, but I don't know what it is about Rocket League. The movement, I'm just not good at it.
Yeah,
that is. Yeah, unfortunate. Another shock, I guess. Akron has, I believe, I get confused of what Akron's primary roster is. I don't know if it's gold or blue. I think it's blue, because blue is their primary university color. If it is their main roster, they are ranked below Akron Gold, which is kind of funny.
That is funny.
It's because Akron Gold has only played 4 games, and they both have 2 wins. And Akron Blue has played 7 games, and they only have 2 wins. It's a strange year.
Very strange year.
It is a strange year. I was trying to dissect. Liquipedia can be a interesting website to try and read from. So I'm over here
yes.
What am I looking at right now? It's so confusing how they have it. But I think I know the schools that we beat. I guess I'm talking a lot about the red roster, even though we're watching the black roster tonight. But the red roster we've beat Cumberland, Fishers, and Indiana Tech. which I'm not really surprised. I mean, we've beat Cumberland before. We beat them in NACE. We beat Indiana Tech to qualify for league play. So I'm not really surprised that those are the schools we beat. I know we've lost to Northwood. I know we've lost to St. Clair. Just as is the way, I guess. Yeah, currently, I guess the biggest shock for me that's not in the top 4 right now is just Northwood. The fact that Northwood is not in the top 4 is kind of crazy. Northwood is very consistently, or at least not. I mean, Northwood's not even in the top 8 right now.
Yeah, where are they ranked?
They're 11th.
I'm looking for them.
Yeah, they're 11th.
Oh, wow.
But they've only played 4 games, so I don't understand. Like, they've only played 4 games.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they're 11th. It's like, yeah, they've only played 4 games.
Oh my gosh, they only have 2 wins. Well, they only have 2 losses too. So like, I don't know. It's weird. I'm sure maybe once they play more games, they'll get up there. But because like, I mean, it's Northwood. They beat us. Yeah. That's our most recent loss, I believe, was to Northwood. They're a very good team. And yeah, all the way down to 11th. Kind of shocking. But yeah, I mean, every other team in the top 8, I'm not really surprised. St. Clair, of course.
St. Clair.
Winthrop, not surprised. Maryville. Davenport, actually, I'm a little surprised about.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier today, and it's like, interesting. At Davenport.
Yeah, like Baylor up there. West Virginia, they were pretty good at the start of the year. Cumberland pretty high as well. Oh, we have a weather radar. Of course, as usual with CRL, this is kind of in the theme. There's a awful storm coming in. A possible tornado and hail, which is awesome for my vehicle that's currently parked outside.
Mine too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to leave, and it's been blown away.
Yeah, no more vehicle. I'm walking. I can't. My house is gonna be like, it's gonna be like Wizard of Oz. It's gonna be flown away. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not very good at reading weather radars. But as you can see, all that really bad-looking stuff is moving right towards us.
Yeah.
This has been really common this year.
I feel like it's just like spring, early spring in Muncie every year. It's just, you'll get at least one storm like this.
Yeah, the big one. I mean, man, it is gonna be rough for sure. Wish I parked closer, but I'm all the way in the C1 commuter lot. And if you've been to Ball State and you know where we are, that's unfortunate for me.
That is unfortunate, yes.
Yeah, one of the many things I love about Ball State is the C1 commuter lot. They always got a spot for you.
Oh, just one of the best things about Ball State in general, just the parking situation.
Oh yeah, that is like definitely the best part about Ball State.
Everyone loves the parking system here.
Everyone loves Ball State parking. Yeah, everyone.
No complaints.
No complaints. Yeah. But yeah, pretty big storm coming our way. Kind of scary. We'll probably be fine. I mean, I think if there were to be a tornado, I would like to be in the massive brick building.
Yeah.
Like absolutely huge.
It's got a nice basement down here.
Yeah, I'd probably leave this room. The large glass window right in front of us is probably not that good. Honestly, I'd probably go to the back room. That would probably be like the elite place to go.
Actually, legit, the back room might be one of the best places to be
the little
tornado.
closet in the back room.
I think that's the go-to place.
Well, if all of a sudden the screen goes black and it comes back and we're in like this tiny room, you know where we are. That would probably be the best place to go during a tornado. That's where I'd go. That is where I'd go. In this room. I mean, well, I don't think I'd rather be in my house.
Yeah. If a tornado does happen, I have been through a tornado warning during a stream before. There was a Valorant stream, I believe it was early last year, where halfway through, being told it's March of 2024, so 2 years ago now.
Wow.
It's 2026, it's crazy. But yeah, I remember that was I think the longest stream I still have ever done for Ball State. Other than maybe the amount I've done for a 24-hour. Yeah. I think like that. I just remember it went to, like the last game, it went to overtime, and then, but like before it even got to that, we had to take a technical pause break because we thought a tornado might go through, and we all had to go and leave and go down. We didn't go down we kind of went down to the basement, but we stayed like in the stairwell. I'm pretty sure the doors to the basement were locked. So we just stayed in the stairwell. And it was cool.
I mean, hey, that's a fun story to tell. One time, I guess if we're telling tornado stories, I have one. High school, my senior year of high school, indoor percussion ensemble. For those of you who know ball, Indiana's a really big marching band state. So
they are. Yes.
Indoor percussion ensemble. We would stay. State finals was always very early in the morning for us because we were concert class. So we would have to stay at a school near Indy. I guess it's not technically an Indy. It's ISU, Indiana State University. So we would have to stay kind of close to that in a different high school overnight. We knew that there was a chance of a tornado warning, and it turned from basically the warning was there's going to be a tornado here. And I remember our director was trying very hard to keep everyone calm. And there was a moment where he's like, listen, I'm just going to walk outside. I'm just going to check. Where it's going to be fine. He walks outside, looks up, and just comes back. He's like, okay, there's nothing out there. But how about we turn around and we like do the thing just because. And we're like, okay. And then afterwards he tells us, he's like, yeah, I walked outside. I looked up and there was like literally a funnel cloud right above us. But the tornado did not hit us. But it did hit the town we were in.
Yeah, no,
that was terrifying.
Like, I've never been that close to a tornado, and I
was like, he walks in and he's like, okay, everything's fine, but why don't we just turn around?
Well, like, what if for fun we just all did it?
Yeah, for fun, well, we should practice in case it actually does happen. Like, it's basically what it felt like, because it was like, what do you mean nothing's wrong and now we're doing this?
Nothing's wrong, but we're just going to do all the actions in case things are wrong.
Yeah, it's like, just in case, you never know. I haven't had a Ball State stream have a tornado on it yet. I've been on some long streams, most of them CRL. I still remember my first CRL stream. It was really funny. I did not know what CRL was. So when they posted the sign up thing and it was on a weekend, I was like, all right, sure. Signed up, showed up, expected just like cast some Rocket League, and I see this massive bracket, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna like, this is the whole thing. Ball State goes all the way to grand finals, and this was back in the day when CRL was entirely run on CRL points, and every single thing was like almost every single team like was in like 2 or 3 brackets, and it was like, I expected to be there for like a few hours. I was there for like 7 hours. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
They've changed the format since. They still can go pretty long, but they aren't going to be 7 hours long anymore.
Yeah.
That's excluding 24-hour stream this year, where I was on for 12 hours. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no. If a 7-hour stream, it's not so fun.
No, I'm getting around hour 5. I was kind of like, okay, this has been a while. And then guess what? You get to come back and do it tomorrow, because they used to be. The old CRL format was quite the thing. It's gotten more complicated, but I think though it's gotten more complicated, it has made it slightly better, just because like we're not gonna be here till like 3 in the morning,
Which I'll take that.
Yeah, like I will definitely take that, considering we're starting at like 7. Actually, I would like to see, do we have any update on their match before us? No. They just started, I think.
Wow.
I love this. But hey, that's good. Okay, teams are filling up the losers bracket, so if we do make losers, we'll actually have someone to play. That's good.
Seeing that 2 matches are done already, it looks like.
Yeah, Florida Southern 2-0'd UMBC, and then University of Florida has 2-0'd Georgia Tech, which I believe that was the projected outcome. So now St. Clair is playing against Florida Southern, and Shawnee State is going to be playing against University of Florida. Yep, there's the bracket. So you guys can actually see it. We don't have to tell you. So yeah, that is what has happened as of now. Ball State Black is still waiting to see who we are going to play. I don't really know the progress in their match. It looks like it's been going for like 16 minutes, so maybe a game has happened. Maybe they've maybe at least one game has ended.
Mm.
Because like the score doesn't live update. All of a sudden they just like, because I think like one person is manually entering in like everything.
Yeah. So like I love Start GG, but I wish that they could do stuff like that.
I know. Like just one. I find it really funny that like this is what people like. This is still what they use, like a website where they have to like manually enter stuff in. But yeah, I get it. I guess. Yeah.
But I guess we can talk about SNHU and Humber varsity. Who do you think's gonna win, and who do you want to win?
Well, judging by seeding, Humber varsity is 57th seeded, and SNHU is the 40th seed. So like hypothetically, SNHU would win, but I think it would benefit Ball State Black if Humber won. Like Humber kind of pulled off an offset because, of course, judging by seeding, they are technically the worst team of the two. So like I think it would be it would be better for Ball State for Humber varsity, but it's more likely for SNHU to win. The lowest seeded team in our pool, I believe, is Georgia Tech, which is the 69th seed, as you see there in the losers bracket there.
Yeah, but looking like we're probably not going to be going against Georgia Tech.
No, not yet at least.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe not. So it's kind of fitting. Collegiate Rocket League happening a lot, happening around March Madness, which is also a time of collegiate sports and tournaments.
A lot of brackets happening.
I know, a lot of brackets going on right now. I didn't make a bracket, unfortunately. I forgot. I'm just gonna like. I always just say like I always put Purdue going all the way.
Yeah.
That's what I always do. Of course, if Ball State was in March Madness, I'd have Ball State going all the way. But yeah, I usually just put Purdue going all the way. It looks like now Northern Illinois has 2-1 BGSU, which is Bowling Green, which is a fellow MAC team. So the losers bracket is still filling up there. I don't know what the green means, or the color next to their name. I do not know what that means.
Yeah, interesting. I've never seen that.
Me neither.
On Start GG before.
Yeah. I've never seen that before.
I guess like it could maybe just be like color, like
Yeah,
the sides, like they were orange.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I don't know.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. Of course, in the typical luck of Ball State is that the match right before ours is taking the longest.
Yeah.
That seems to happen a lot. But it's all right. Well, they'll get to it. About 20 minutes in now, I would assume, considering it's a best of 3, about 20 minutes. I think the game should be wrapping up soon.
Yeah, luckily, one of the things I love about Rocket League is that like it's just so quick and concise. Like every game is just like I'm trying to think. How long's a normal game?
I mean,
like
like
timer on it?
Yeah, like the timer is 5 minutes. It gets
Timer's
stopped
5, yeah.
whenever there's a goal. And then of course we do 3, well, a maximum of 5 of those if we're doing a best of 5. But still, yeah. I mean, if they did something like this for like Valorant, we would be here till like tomorrow. We'd probably be here till like 7 p.m. tomorrow if we did this for like something like this for Valorant. Or
yeah, if we
Overwatch.
did this for Valorant, it would probably take an entire weekend.
Yeah, like it would take forever. Yeah, Rocket League is like the only game where you can just do this all in one night. When we had the Call of Duty stream, I was pretty shocked about how fast that went. But I guess Call of Duty is pretty fast. So
yeah, no, Call of Duty surprised me. I don't know too much FPS games, but like I was like, that went fast.
That did go fast. 20 minutes in now. SNHU University.
It is interesting to think about. Like, really, all the esports I can think of are pretty long.
A lot of them are, yeah.
Like,
I mean, like Counter-Strike, really long.
Counter-Strike.
Valorant, really long. League, really long.
I learned something. Izzy, one of our back members, today. I'm in a class with her for an esports class, and we had presentations today. And I learned something about someone's presentation was about the first and only all-female esports team.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a Russian league team, and apparently they were so bad they never won a single match.
Dang.
And I was like, that just, it really sucks. But
No.
at one point, they talked about how it was like they had once lost a match in 13 minutes, and they're like, I don't know how long League games are because I don't care about League. They're like, yeah, a typical match of League is like 30 minutes. You need, and I was like, oh, so that's like 15. That's fine. But then the part that I was like, oh, that's bad, is they went, yeah, in League you need to make it to 15 minutes to even get the option to forfeit. So,
dang.
yeah.
In a more positive note for women in esports, I have seen a video of a all-female Counter-Strike team versus like some, I don't know, it was like another CS:GO team, and they absolutely wiped the floor with them. So
let's go.
Let's go.
Probably because it wasn't League. League just sucks. Don't play League. Unless you, of course, are a fan of the Ball State League team, then of course you can enjoy those streams. But personally, don't play League. If you were to ask me, don't play League.
I mean, yeah, I would say personally, not a League of Legends enjoyer. RIP. Yeah, I mean, I just never. I don't know. I've played it like 2 times in my life.
I've never technically even played it, but just yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really been into it. Another esport that's kind of fast that we actually are streaming next week. It is Smash Bros. That's our team right there. That's a pretty fast esports title. Smash can go decently fast.
Smash goes, I think, pretty fast. Especially the individual Smash games.
Yeah, like we do crew format here because like we turn Smash into a team sport. Like that's what like collegiate is. But like usually like in individual tournaments and like professional level Smash, it goes pretty fast. I mean, I'm assuming they do best of 5, but like yeah, just like a maximum of 5 games of Smash, 3 stocks. That's not gonna take that long. But yeah.
Yeah, the crew formats. Yeah, I think like Smash is one of those games that does go pretty fast, and like there are pretty decent formats for 1v1s, but yeah, crew formats especially are gonna take a certain amount of time.
Yeah, it's kind of just like how the whole thing works. Which we are streaming Smash Bros.
Monday.
Coming up soon. Yeah, Monday. Smash Bros. Stream. So yeah, even though ESC will be over by then, we still got some streams for you, which is nice. Keeping the streams coming, keeping it entertaining.
For everyone out there, because we all know like everyone loves Ball State Esports.
Exactly, everyone in the world is watching right now. We have 8 billion viewers on our Twitch.
We're breaking the Guinness World record like
yeah,
every day.
Exactly, pretty much every day. We are setting the record every day because everyone in the world loves Ball State Esports. Man, 25 minutes in now to SNHU versus Humber Varsity. That is
wow.
Yeah, that's quite a while.
Yeah, that is quite a while. There must be a real intense match going on.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like it could. It's going on for quite a while. Maybe we could send it to some sort of send it to a commercial. See if maybe by the time we're back, it will. Maybe it'll be over then. So I think we have some commercials for you guys that we can send it to. Hopefully by the time it's over, we can get to you guys with our first game of Rocket League of the day. So
hopefully.
We're actually going to send it to our good friend Lucas with Arena Tour. So Lucas, you're back there somewhere. Take it away with the Arena Tour.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Ball State Esports 2025 Arena Tour. Let's get straight into it. Welcome to the arena, guys, and as you see, as soon as you enter and look to your right, the checkout/welcome desk. From mice to keyboards to headsets, any peripherals that you might need to play some video games. Up until 3:30, this area is a classroom where real Ball State students and professors teach and learn on these advanced Alienware PCs. This space turns into an open play area where any Ball State student can check out peripherals at that welcome desk we talked about earlier and sit down at one of these PCs and play on any of the games pre-installed. And that goes from 3:30 all the way to 7:30 Mondays through Fridays. And welcome to the varsity stage. Now these PCs are reserved for Ball State Esports varsity players only, as they are top of the line 4090 series computers. Here at Ball State, our varsity sim racing players have these 5 rigs that they can use whenever they would like to get some practice in and use for their racing. And for those of you who aren't as interested as in playing video games, you can join our production team. Here in the back room, our amazing crew puts on the best streams in the nation on their Twitch channel for everybody to view. And this is where our casters sit when we're live streaming to Twitch and if we want to do any side projects for the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and I hope to see you live in person at the arena sometime this year. Peace out, guys.
Thank you, Lucas, for that amazing arena tour. So, we actually have figured out who we're going to be playing against, and it is who I said would actually probably be better for Ball State. It's Humber Varsity Rocket League, which is was actually the lower seed against SNHU. So, a bit of an upset there early on. I guess while we're waiting to get into that, I have some information that I can give you, because before I said that we need to be top 8 in points, but we need to. I actually have the amount of points that you get. So in first place, if you finish first, so if we win Grants tonight, we will get 5 points. So depending on how
5 points,
5 whole points,
5 points.
Depending on how Oklahoma Christian does, that would actually put us ahead of them if we win. If we get second, it would put us 1 point ahead of them, depending on how they do. If they get third, that we get 2. Fourth, we get 1. We are about to go into game. So starting Ball State Black's day. About 17 minutes later than scheduled. But
that's all right.
Going up against Humber Varsity, which is the 57th seed, against Ball State, the 9th seed. So on paper, this should be a Ball State win. Of course, the earlier games are a best of 3, not a best of 5. So we'll be getting into, hopefully, for Ball State's sake, this will be a nice quick 2-0 sweep, but never know. Humber Varsity did just upset.
That is true. That upset, when a team upsets another team, they could be anything could happen, but.
All right, here we go. Kickoff there for CRL. Going to be on Humber's side early on here. Going to be forced onto defense. Well, we're going to try to send that one in, but it's going to be taken away by Vidhawk over into the midfield.
Yeah, it's going over to Ball State side. Well, we're going to luckily get it away from goal, but they are going to toss it just back a little bit more.
Kind of driving it over to Humber's side now is Ball State. Going to send it back. Altor is going to be there and waiting. Get a nice clear over to Ball State's side, though. So going to have to get that away from their net here. But Alex has a bit of a clear. No. Yeah, he's going to send it over to Altor. He's going to get a nice clear onto Humber Varsity's side there. Vidhawk going to take it away. Going to get it back over to Ball State's side. Kind of nothing happened here. That's almost an open goal, but Yag's going to be able to send it into the corner.
Oh, yeah. Humber doing a great job at keeping the ball in the air and keeping Ball State's goal open, but Ball State doing an even better job at defending against these attacks. But still, Humber doing a really good job at keeping the ball on Ball State's side of the field. But I was say right as I say that, get a shot on goal for a Humber, but going to be blocked again by Ball State.
Yeah, looks like Ball State trying to get it off their side right now. Vidhawk sort of waiting for that ball to come to him. He's going to send it into the back. Wolf are going to try and just take it up the wall. Running out of boost, though. Not going to be able to get that boost refill. Going to be able to send it into midfield, though, into the air for Altor. He's going to try and set it up for Yags. He's going to get a clear. Now Yags going to look to see if he can carry it through the air, but Noah is going to be there on some defense.
Yeah, great shot there from Yags, but just amazing defense there from Humber. Again, still almost 2 minutes in and not a single point scored. Just bouncing this ball back and forth. Good shot there, or block. Almost led to a shot, but sending it back towards Ball State's goal. And Altor is demolished there.
Yeah, pretty good demo from Humber. They tried to sort of clear that path for that ball, but Ball State able to take possession away. And Wova going to try and send it back to Altor, but it's going to be saved by Alex there. Now Wova going to get a demo of his own onto Vidhawk. Noah going to try and meet him in the midfield. Going to demo Yags, but Altor looking to take away that ball. Vidhawk going to get it from him, and now Ball State going to have to be on defense.
Yeah, Ball State being on defense, but they've been on defense pretty much this whole game. They're pretty comfortable. Now they do have almost an open goal. They try it, and Yags does get the score. Wobo, I believe, set it up perfectly for him.
Yeah, kind of takes it into the air.
Or Old Thor set it up.
I thought it was Wova, but I guess it must have been Altor who got that one set up for Ball State, allowing Yax to send that one in. So now Ball State, finally, after a very long back and forth there, Wova's going to have to be on some defense really early on. But yeah, after a very long back and forth of just non-scoring for about half the game, Ball State finally breaks through and going to get that 1-0 lead, only 2 minutes remaining. And of course, this is a best of 3, which makes these games a little bit more tense as, you know, Ball State will immediately be a match point, shot on goal by Wova, but unfortunately not going to go in, just a little bit too far into the corner.
Yeah, and again, we're going back to kind of just this mid-game neutral that we've been seeing this entire time. Oh, but we do, just as I say that, Wova gets a shot, and so good that there's 2 of them now.
Yeah, just kind of, yeah, we have 2 Wovas, but he kind of just finds a clear, ball curves perfectly, and Ball State going to have a 2-0 lead now with 2 minutes remaining as we do get Altor back there on screen. So now 2-0 for Ball State. Humber now going to really have to try and find something to get out of this hole that they have found themselves in here. They do have it on Ball State's side early here as Alex is going to go for the shot, but Wova going to be there on some defense.
Yeah, a great block there by Wova, but yeah, Ball State really has just gotten into their groove for this game, and with less than 2 minutes on the clock, Humbar really needs to find something to at least score a goal here, because if they can't, they've been making good plays this entire time, but so far they've had nothing to show for it, and it's going to be even worse when Alex gets demolished. But yeah. Ball State, they do send it back over to Ball State's side, but Yax is going to intercept it in the air.
Well, we're going to try and send it down. Vidhawk looking to take it away. Yag's going to be there to contest, but Foliage just can't get to that ball. Altor now going to have to be there on some defense. Alex with that Octane trying to get it into the air. Altor fakes it past 1, fakes it past 2, tries to set it up for Wova, but unfortunately not just going to go in for that one. 1 minute remaining now. They get a nice clear, but Wova's going to be there on some defense. Vidhawk tries to follow it up, but unfortunately just can't get to that ball.
Yeah, and Altier moving great there. Just unfortunately that shot did not make it in, but doing a great job at keeping the ball over on the Humbar side. But Altier does get demolished, is back, but Ball State gonna have to defend a little bit here. 30 seconds left on the clock. Yax sends the ball up, going for some kind of shot. Alex is gonna defend a little bit, but they're gonna send the ball straight back over.
Wova gets it into the air, tries to take it away. Noah has it, but is running out of boost. Altor is going to take it away from him, send it into that left side of the field. Now 10 seconds remaining. This one is definitely going to go Ball State's way unless Humbar score right now. Looks like they might be able to do it, but Yags with an amazing last-second save there. Definitely going to be the nail in the coffin for Ball State. Even if Humbar is able to score here, they are out of time. 1 second remaining. They almost get a last-second goal, but Ball State takes game 1 and a 1-0 lead in the series.
Yeah, great for playing just from Ball State and Humbar there. But yeah, Ball State just was amazing, was clutch in so many iconic moments that just I feel like Humbar really, they played pretty equally the entire time, but just those moments where Ball State's able to clutch through really, I think, outshined them. Yeah,
like if we look at the stats here, I mean, pretty equal on the shots. Ball State just having a little bit more. It was kind of just 0-0 for about half the game there, but once Ball State was able to break through, there was really nothing that Humbar could do in that situation. I mean, they kind of left the net wide open one time. Ball State got that 2-0 lead, and Humbar just couldn't break through Ball State's defense in the end.
Yeah, and Humbar just had just a little bit of cracks that just, when you show Ball State that you got some cracks, they're going to just immediately break you open.
Yeah, they pretty much always have. When they see a disadvantage, they know how to capitalize on it. And that they did that time. So they have a 1-0 lead, and now it's immediately match point.
It is, yeah.
That's one thing about these best of threes. Of course, this is the only best of three we're going to see in this so far, as far as we know.
I believe we are straight into it.
Yeah, straight in the game. Altor found an open net, fakes it past 1, and an early goal 6 seconds in for Ball State Black.
Wow, immediately starting the exact opposite of the first round with a goal in the first 6 seconds. Yeah, amazing there. Starting the second round off to a great start for Ball State.
Yeah, great start. I mean, 6 seconds in, already have a 1-0 lead. Took them 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get a goal last game. Woba immediately just demos one, gets him out of the way, and they have it. Have it on Humber's side. Altor just finds it, and then boom, Ball State Black, 2-0 lead.
Now 15 seconds in, we see the exact same score that was the final score for round 1. Humbar has 4 minutes and 45 seconds to, instead of the 1 minute and 30 seconds to work with to somehow come back from that. But, I mean, if Ball State's coming out this hot, then I think they got to bring something out too.
Yeah, Ball State started this one off really hot. Like we said, it took till 1 minute and 30 seconds left for Ball State to score 2 goals last time. Now within 30 seconds, they have it. Yags, nice fake. It is going to be taken away by Noah. Going to go into the air. Alter's going to need it there. Going to see if he can set it up for someone, but Vidhawk is going to take it away.
Yeah, and Woba is going to bounce it behind. Ooh, almost a Ball State, or a goal on Ball State's there, but they are going to defend pretty well. Send it back over to Humbar's side, but Vidhawk going up for a shot of his own, gets close, but is going to miss it, and so is Noah. And Noah is as well.
Now Yags gets into the air, and now Vidhawk tries to get it there, but Wova is going to contest. Noah going to get that boost refill, but Yags is going to meet it in the air. Tries to set it up for Altor, but it's going to be redirected by Humbar, who now have it on the Ball State side here, but they're just struggling to get possession of the ball. They don't really have a lot of boost besides Vidhawk right now, who is not really on offense as much as the other. And now Wova is going to get a clear onto Humber's side, set it up for Altor, but Noah's going to be there to stop that momentum by Ball State.
Yeah, and Yags taking it up in the middle there. But two members of Humbar being more on Ball State's side. They're going to have to send the ball more towards their goal. But they're going to send it straight back to Ball State's side, but Wova and Altor there just going to deflect it off to the side. Noah's going to miss the block there. So Altor going to pass it up to Wova, going in for the shot, but just too much coverage. And it's back over to Ball State's side of the field.
Yeah, Humber, they're getting these transitions down, but Altor finds some clear air. There's no one on Humber there. He's just going to be able to walk it right in. Now Ball State 3-0.
Wow, yeah. So Altor really just flipped a switch this game and decided he didn't want any chance to lose and go to a game 3. He's just going to try his hardest to stop it now.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Humber, a little bit of an overcommit there. I mean, they had all 3 players on Ball State side looking a little desperate to score. And unfortunately, Altor just finds that clear air and just gets that ball right over their side as Alex, nice demo on the Yags there, tries to get the possession of the ball back for Humber, but unfortunately just not going to work out. Now Ball State has it back on their side already.
Yeah, and Yags just have possession of it, and it seems pretty open. It seems like Vidhawk's going there to defend. It does get a nice defend off there, but still on their side of the field. And Wova send it over to Yags, see if he can get something made up, but they're going to miss and send it back over towards Ball State's side of the field. Alex sets up a shot, but is going to miss.
Yeah, unfortunately just not able to capitalize on that setup there. Vidhawk trying to take the ball away, but just 2 Ball State cars there and not a single one from Humber to try and help Vidhawk out there. So Ball State going to get it back on the Humber side now. Well, we're going to send it into that corner. Going to try and maybe center it for Yags, but Alex is going to be there. And Vidhawk then just going to take it right off Yags' head, but Alter's going to be waiting in that midfield. He's going to send it down to Yags. Yags has the clear. Ball State brings it up 4-0.
Wow, it's the first non-ultier goal for Ball State this round, but wow, yeah. Humbar needs to come up with something because they're less than 2 minutes, 0-4. And I think at this point, you got to think, okay, what am I doing and what can I do that I'm not doing?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, at this point, unless they score like 4 goals and try to force an overtime within less than 2 minutes, they're kind of thinking, what are we going to do in the losers bracket? How are we going to play in the losers bracket to make sure this doesn't happen to us there? Playing a little risky there, going to almost center it over his own goal. Looks like Noah might have a chance to do something here. He sets it up for Alex, who just doesn't have the angle, sends the ball right back up. I feel like that could have been a goal there for Humber, but unfortunately just not going to work out for him.
Yeah, I think just unfortunately they're not getting the right angles. They're not getting. They're missing these crucial, I think, deflects or shots onto the goal that really could. We don't know if they would have worked, but we know if they, with how they're going, they're not working at all now.
Yeah, now Ball State, less than a minute left. They have a 4-0 lead, and I just don't know if Humber is going to have time, especially with Ball State doing great on offense right now, really doing a good job of keeping it on Humber's side here. Going to go into the corner. Humber just trying to get it clear, trying to get this ball away from their net, but Ball State is just doing a really good job of keeping it there. Vidhawk tries to get it clear, gets helped out by his teammate, and he does have a clear, almost scores, but just not the angle he needed. And now 30 seconds left. That was a scoring opportunity missed.
Wow, yeah, that just seems to be, unfortunately, the tale of Humber this round, which is just not the right angle, which unfortunately is leading to, I don't think they do have a pretty open goal here. Has a shot semi-lined up, but Ultor going to get a nice block there.
Yeah, Yags had the flip reset there, but, just didn't really get anything done with it. But now, with 1 second remaining, once that ball touches the ground, Ball State is going to send Humber into that loser's bracket, and they're going to move on. And there it is. So do we know who they are going to face next? They're going to move over to the winner's semi. And it looks like it's going to be either SDSU or Northern Illinois who they are going to face. St. Clair is already playing in their winner's semi against University of Florida. But let's look at some stats for this game. Of course, Ultor with a hat trick. Yags with a goal as well. And yeah, once again, no goals from Humber. Total shutout across the series by Ball State.
Yeah, which is insane. Especially, that second round was crazy considering the first round. If you had told me that those were both back-to-back 30 minutes ago before, I would have gone, no, that's no way.
Yeah.
But
kind of looked like, Humber was going to be able to do something in game 2 here. Held Ball State to only 2 goals, but yeah, this time Ball State really just, they got 2 goals within a minute. Exact opposite of last game. And, that's kind of common in Rocket League. Like, sometimes something entirely different happens in game 1, and who even knows? But, yeah, STSU, Northern Illinois, going to be the team that we face next. That's Bryce. Yeah, I wonder who is the predicted winner against that one. Northern Illinois is the 32nd seed. Oh, yeah, and SDSU is the 16th seed. So, should be an SDSU win once again. And, yep, it is. It actually just updated I said that.
That's funny.
SDSU did win, and so that is who Ball State is going to play in the winner's semi to decide whether they're going to go to the winner's finals. And now this will be a best of 5, which is different. Definitely makes the games a little longer. Northern Illinois did get a game off of SDSU. So let's kind of see what Ball State is going to do in this sort of situation. I mean, they're not super far off in terms of seeding. What I said, SDSU was the 16th seed.
I believe so, and Ball State is 11th, correct?
They're the 9th. The 9th seed.
Is Red 11th?
Red is 11th in league play, yeah.
That's
what it is.
League play, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, wait, no. I have it wrong. Ball State Black is 11th in point standings. So, yeah,
okay.
It was Ball State Black. That was 11th, yeah. BSU Black is 9th in seeding, and SDSU is 16th. So, not too far off. Not like, the 9th seed versus the 57th seed like we just watched. So, once again, on paper, should be a Ball State win. But I wouldn't be surprised if SDSU, could pull an upset or maybe even get a game off or pull an upset against Ball State.
Yeah, no, they definitely, that's in the cards for sure. But I'm always going to side with Ball State, of course. Yeah. But just seeing Ultor in that game, I feel like after watching his performance in that first game, I feel like he can do no wrong.
Honestly, yeah, he is having a night right now. I mean, he's having a really good night, really good game from him. And yeah, now we're just waiting to get into that STSU game. It's updated on the bracket. That's who we're playing. So, going to be a bit of a different story. Of course, this is the 3rd highest ranked team in our bracket. So, yeah, St. Clair already playing against University of Florida, and I've talked about it right now. This is kind of what is tragic about losing. If we were to lose this one or lose in the winners finals. If we lose in the winners semi, we go to the losers quarter. Losers round 1 doesn't have a single game that's finished yet.
Yes.
And then if we win in the semis and lose in the winners finals, like I just said, we go straight to the loser final, and losers round 1 hasn't even had a game finished yet. So it can be a lot of waiting if you go to the losers bracket kind of this late. I mean, this isn't a very big bracket, so we're kind of already in the late bracket here. You know, we're in the winner's semi. You know, already if they win this one, they're in the winners final. I mean,
yeah. So I mean, Ball State just got sweep, which like I mean,
yeah, I mean,
they can do.
Honestly, yeah, I do think Ball State very well. I think right now it's looking forward to St. Clair Gold. That is sort of I mean, hypothetically on paper, that is their #1 competition tonight. The number 4 seed. That would be a scary one. So that's kind of what they're looking forward to here. But of course, they have to get through SDSU first, which another really good Rocket League team. I believe we've seen SDSU before, but I'm not 100% sure. There's been a lot of different teams that I've seen.
Yeah, I bet. Like,
yeah, it's been a lot. I would love to cast a Winthrop game. Because they have Garrett G on their team, and that would be really cool to cast over Garrett G playing Rocket League. But you know, we'll see. I don't know how long he's going to Winthrop. Maybe next year. But yeah, as you can see, a little bit behind is this one. But Ball State Black has beat Humber. It's going to be SDSU against Ball State Black in the winner's semi. I believe, my bracket is showing like a yellow bell, so I think that means like SDSU has been summoned. It looks like we definitely should be going into game pretty soon here. As according to my bracket, it has started. And yeah, winner's semifinal. This is to decide who goes to the winners finals. Which that's kind of a big deal here, because if you make the winners finals, you're basically cementing yourself in the top 4 in some way, which is that's getting you CRL points. And that's how you make last chance qualifier. They're qualifying for a qualifier right now. That's what's happening.
It's funny to think about that.
It's really funny to think, like, yeah, they're qualifying for a qualifier, and in the qualifier that they're qualifying for, they need to qualify for the championship. Like, okay.
Yeah.
The CRL championship, that is, of course, a really big event. St. Clair is the 2-time reigning champion, which was kind of crazy. Last year, I don't think they were like the most popular pick. I think everyone was kind of thinking Winthrop last year, and it was a St. Clair versus Winthrop final. I think it went through to 5 games, but St. Clair did win in the end.
St. Clair really has just been like the past couple years just been dominant.
They've been the CRL school. They have been the CRL school, and yeah, that's just they've always kind of been like that. There's always kind of those same schools riding around the top 4, top 8 in CRL. Ball State is usually hanging just around the top 8, top 9, top 10 area. Right now, unfortunately, we're 9th. We usually hang around 8 or 9 in rankings. Of course, there are always some people who put us outside of the top 10, and it's just like, all right. I mean,
Ball State's, but if you put Ball State outside the top 10, what you do?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Ball State is easily in the top 1, okay?
Of course.
Obviously. But yeah, we are about to go into game against SDSU. This should be a best of 5, and let's see how this one's going to go for our Ball State Cardinals.
Starting off semi-good for Ball State. It's on SDSU's side of the field, but they do get, one of their players is demolished, but Ultor sending it back towards SDSU's goal. They get one block, but Woba is there to set it up. Misses a pass, but Yags sends it to Ultor, who almost gets it in.
Almost a nice fake. And from Odyssey here, we have a very rare non-Dominus, Fennec, or Octane. That's always a rare sight. I actually don't know the name of that car, but sometimes it's nice to see people change it up here. So has a bit of a different car rolling out. Still on SDSU's side here. Does get a nice clear, though. 5 stars looking to follow it up, but unfortunately just not going to work out for him. Now Yag's going to bring it, gets that flip reset. It's going to try and send it down to Wova, but unfortunately it's just not going to work out there as Ultor is demoed by Odyssey.
SDSU going to send it back towards Ball State, but Ultor's there to get a nice shot. Almost gets it in. Yags is going to try and get it in as well, but nice defending there from SDSU as they send it back towards the middle of the field. Ortor and Wova send it back towards SDS sides. Sean B send it back towards Ball State. But so far, they've only really been able to get towards this middle of the field. But as 5 stars, or as I say that, 5 stars goes in for a shot, sets it up for Sean B, but is blocked by Wova. Goes in for another shot, and they score.
Yeah, first goal against Ball State today. Of course, that one was just kind of inevitable. Great setup by SDSU there. Just nothing Ball State could do in that position. They were forced out of position. They couldn't really do anything. And SDSU is going to get on board early. Now, I know I've seen them before. At least I know I've seen 5 stars before. I know I've casted him playing Rocket League. Now, Odyssey going to have it in the air. Yeah, he's going to look to contest. It is going to go off the crossbar. Wova is going to be able to get it away. He's going to send it over to Altor. Has a bit of clean air, but it is going to be taken away by Sean B.
And it's good. Altor gets a nice shot on the goal, but it looks like Sean B does block it as well. But Wova misses a nice block to send it back towards the goal, but so far still keeping it on SDSU's side. But they are, right as I say that, getting a nice lineup on Ball State's goal. But again, Ball State just nice with the defense right now. Sean B gets shot, but deflected again.
Yeah, Ball State kind of desperate for some offense right now. They have just not really been able to get the ball consistently onto SDSU's side. Wova tries to get it in the air. Someone's going to have to get there, but it's just going to roll right in. Odyssey is going to get another one. And unfortunately, Ball State really in a hole right now, and they're kind of in the same position that Humber was in game 1. They're really going to need to work their way out of this one.
Yeah, they are almost in the exact same position, just with a little bit more time. So they do have a little bit more time to work with and hopefully try something else. But so far, Ball State has had a really tough time of getting any kind of offense really going. It seems like every time they get the ball over to SDSU's side, all of them are there to defend. And then every time SDSU gets the ball on Ball State's side, no one's there to defend. But Ultor, it's a nice tip up, but Sean B get to shoot it or pass it farther down the field. Wova brings it back towards SDSU's goal.
Yeah, they're going to fly it over to SDSU's side. Looks like they almost go in, but a nice save from 5 stars there. Ultor now going to take it in the air here. He's got 2 SDSU cards to beat. Gets it past 1, but Odyssey is going to be able to take it away. Now demoed by Odyssey gets demoed by Altor. Sean B, the ball gets taken away from him by Wova, and Ball State gets on the board.
There we go. That demo I think was huge there. The Sean B could have get that too, and I think that also doesn't help. But having one less defender there, I think really helped for Ball State. But they're going to need to score another goal in just under 2 minutes. But so far, keeping the ball on SDSU's side. Again, right as I say that, send the ball flying back towards Ball State.
The legendary caster curse. The second you say something, and immediately the opposite happens. But now Ball State, okay, never mind. Now it's going to go back over to Ball State's side. Altor trying to meet it in the midfield. Odyssey has it, though. He is going to be able to get it past Yags. No, Yags going to be there on some defense. 5 stars looking to keep it on Ball State's side, but Altor trying to get it past him. Sean B takes it away. Wolf is going to have to be on defense. Does get a save. Going to take it into the air now. He is going to be running low on boost. He's trying to send it over to Yags, but unfortunately he can't get there, and Sean B can. Now Altor is going to try to see what he can do in the air. Going to see what he can do with it. Going to try to walk it in, but Sean's just going to take it away. Gets a save.
Bobo trying to keep the ball on SDSU's side, but is going to keep it there, but doesn't get a nice shot. And 5 stars going to keep it towards Ball State's goal, but Ball State is going to defend. Sean B gets demolished. Odyssey tries to keep it on the wall, but Ball State doesn't like that. Tries to get a shot off, but not successful. 30 seconds left on the clock. Odyssey going for a shot on a wide open goal.
Gets it past 1.
So Yags able to defend that, but Odyssey misses the defense. 10 seconds left. Yags going for a goal. 5 stars is there to defend. 5 seconds left on the clock. Ball State needs a goal now.
Really need it. 2 seconds left. He's going to send it down to Yags. 1 second on the timer. 2-2. Ball State SDSU.
Wow, that was crazy. Wovo setting just a perfect pass there for Yags. 5 stars, I believe, was the defender for SDSU. Just not able to get there in time. And now, wow, going into overtime here.
Almost certainly overtime unless someone can get a kickoff goal. But here we go. First game against SDSU is overtime. Going to be sent into the midfield. Sean B immediately going to take it on the Ball State side, but Wovo looking to take it away. Gets it past one. He's going to send it down to Yags. Nice clear. They have it on SDSU's side. Sean B looks to take it away, send it into the corner, but he's got 2 Ball State cars to beat. Manages to get it past one. He is out of the boost, and Ultra's going to take that boost away from him and get it onto SDSU's side.
He's on SDSU's side. Yags is going to bring it up, but it gives him enough time to kind of get a defensive formation. And Odyssey's going to show that by sending it towards Ball State's goal. But Ultor got it there. One member of Ball State. Oh, that was so close. So close to getting a goal there, but SDSU going to defend and send it back towards Ball State's side and get it demolished onto Yags. His 5-star tries to line it for a shot, but Yags spawns back in just with enough time to defend.
Yeah, unfortunate for Ball State there. That one looked like it was surely going to be a score, but unfortunately just right off that crossbar. Now they have to play some defense against SCSU here, who wants to get this game won here, wants to get a good start on Ball State, the higher seeded team, of course, in the pool. Odyssey's going to have it in the air. Looks like he's going to get a flip reset. It's going to go down to Sean, but Yags is going to take it away. Going to have to get it past 5 stars, and he does. Ball State has a bit of an open net. 5 stars going to have to be on defense, but Odyssey's going to be there to take it away from him as well.
Yeah, Odyssey gets there just in time to defend as Wovo gets demolished. Yags.
That's an open goal.
Not quick enough to defend, and SDSU is going to get a goal.
Yeah, just a great demo. Wovo was the furthest car back, and that eliminates all their defense, and then a nice clear is just going to send it right into Ball State's net, allowing SDSU to take a 1-game lead in the series. Though this is a best of 5, not a best of 3, so Ball State has some room to work with.
So yeah, it's not completely over. Still got at least 2 more games, and I think Ball State, if this game has shown anything, like they're definitely in it. You know, they're definitely. It's not like it's 3-2 like that, 3-2, and they were completely shut out. Like that was close. Just that it really came down to that one demolish. I think really in overtime. But that's just, the game. Yeah, I mean, Ball State was like a millimeter away from winning that in overtime with that 1 goal off the crossbar. So, yeah, definitely not out of this. Unfortunate to lose game 1, as now they, kind of want to win that. They don't want to go down 2 games. It's kind of what I've always said. You never want to put yourself in a position where you have to reverse sweep. So I think winning this game 2 is very crucial for Ball State and winning the series. And not going to the losers bracket this early, because this is definitely earlier than they want to go into the losers bracket. This would put them in the losers quarterfinal, and that would be really unfortunate for the rest of their night and how much Rocket League they're going to play here. But about to go into game once again. Can Ball State respond to SDU taking that 1 lead? So far, starts off pretty well. Gets the ball over on SDSU's side, but they are going to defend pretty quickly. Gets the ball back towards Ball State's goal. And just Odyssey gets us goal immediately. Yeah, pretty much. I think just a great fake there. I mean, he just gets it into the air. Ultra tries to get there. Yeah, and Ball State was there on defense. Sends it down and just kind of caught him off guard for a 12-second goal by SDSU. Ball State still got a lot of time to work with that, though, but they do not want to let this lead grow for more. For STSU, I mean, already a 1-0 lead with 20 seconds into the game. Ball State Black really gonna have to work themselves out of this one. Yeah, we were talking about how round 1 was very similar to the round 1 that we saw with Humbar University. I'm really hoping that this isn't the same with round 2, but right now it seems like it is. It seems like it is, as Aussie gets a second goal with not even a minute finished on the clock. Yeah, unfortunate for Ball State there. They're just once again caught off guard. They don't really have a car on defense. Like I said, though, they still do have time to work. I mean, we're not even a minute into the game. They definitely have time to score 3 goals here. They just kind of have to tighten up on defense a little bit and start trying to get some offense going. I mean,
pretty much both times they've just been entirely caught off guard on defense, and that's kind of what's killing them right now.
Yeah, they really just need some kind of momentum. They need some kind of hope. If they could just get a goal in at least, that would be some kind of a shining ray of light to say, hey, we still can do this. There's still 4 minutes left on the clock pretty much. But ball is on Ball State side of the field. Ultor's going to bring it back, but 5-star goes for the defense, is going to miss. Odyssey is there instead, but Wova is there to defend. Yags goes for a shot, and it's just off goal.
Can anyone of Ball State get there? No, unfortunately, just not able to. Not unfortunate for Ball State. Looks like they had it set up, but just nothing came of it. And now they're once again forced onto defense.
Odyssey has almost a nice setup there, but Wova going to take it all the way to SDSU's side because it passed 5-star, almost past Sean B. And I believe that was Ultor goes for a nice shot, but is defended. And now Odyssey is back. And I think Odyssey is really who Ball State has to look out for, as I think they know that as well, as they just demolished him.
Yeah, maybe start targeting your demos towards Odyssey here. Yags able to get it back over to SDSU's side, but now Ball State is kind of getting into a must-score now situation. I mean, less than 3 minutes remaining. They're down 2. They need to at least get a goal on the board so they have time to tie the score after here. They're just, halfway through the game, not on the board yet. They really do not want to drop this game, too. Let's see what they can do here, but unfortunately, just not going to go in this time.
Yeah, they're getting some pretty good shots, but ultimately, every single time, SDSU seems to have someone there to defend, and so they just need to, like you said, just tighten up on those shots and on that offense. And in a way, and hopefully, because they've been so close this entire game, getting it just off goal, but they have yet to get a goal. But 5-stars does get demolished. Ultor goes up for a shot. It does get deflected by Odyssey, but Wova gets the ball, gets deflected again back towards Ball State's goal.
Yeah, really great clear there by SDSU. They're doing a good job of keeping it on Ball State's side. Odyssey trying to take it away, but unfortunately just not going to happen for him. Still on Ball State's side. Yeah, he's just looking to get it away from this net here. Almost a shot on goal by SDSU. Odyssey now trying to keep it on Ball State's side. He's looking to center it for 5-stars. Sean B sort of taking it away from him. Altor now going to try and get it clear. He does get it. Yeah, he's going to send it into the corner as he runs out of boost. Now Altor looking to take it up the wall. Bounces off the wall. Going to try and center it, but just not anyone there because Wova's forced to wait back on defense.
Yeah, and we're just going back into the same kind of, I think, routines that we've been seeing this whole game. Reaching a minute left on the clock, and Ball State really needs something.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last game, they got that last second goal, literally 1 second on the clock, but right now they need to at least score one so they have a chance to do that again. Looks like they're going to try and set it up for Ultor, but SDSU's defense has just been really good, and Ball State is just constantly being forced onto the defense themselves, and they just haven't really been able to do anything. They do get it on SDU's side here. Gets a shot, but it is going to be saved by 5-stars as they get it back over to Ball State Black's side and almost score once again.
30 seconds remaining. It is shot on goal, but 5-stars is going to be there to save it. Wova, I believe, there to defend. Goes up for a shot. Gets past one defender, but Sean B there to defend. And Ultor gets one on the board finally for Ball State. A nice team effort there. I believe everyone kind of worked together to set that up. But now 16 seconds left on the clock. They need another one fast if they want to even send this into overtime.
Yeah, basically they need a kickoff goal almost. I mean, good start there for Yags. Going to try and bounce it off the wall. Sean B is just going to take it away though. 10 seconds left. Can Ball State do what they did last time?
5-stars demolished.
5-stars.
Odyssey goes up.
3 seconds left. Odyssey does get a nice clear though. Well, we're going to have to be there. And now Ball State is going to have to keep it in the air. Are they going to be able to do so? Altor has it on top of his car. SDSU going to be desperate to try to force the ball to ground. Altor still has it. Wova tries to take it away, but unfortunately SDSU is just going to send it into the ground. And Ball State now facing a must reverse sweep situation to win. They have to reverse sweep in order to not go to the losers bracket.
Yeah, I think this is one of the worst situations for Ball State. Just really was not expecting to, I think, be in this intense of a situation this early on in the bracket. Maybe wanting to warm up a little bit more for St. Clair, but they got to wake up now. They got to, if they want to not get in a loser bracket, they need to wake up and they need to somehow reverse sweep SDSU. But from that game, that is definitely going to be a tough mountain to climb. SDSU getting 2 goals and within the first minute of game 2 or round 2. Which we saw Ball State do in their round 1 or their game 1. Sorry, now I'm switching them up, but Ball State has been able to get back a little bit from SDSU, but just with the tactics they're doing now, they've always just been a little bit behind.
Yeah, just kind of a rough, it's been a rough 2 games for them, honestly. I mean, they did get into overtime, and it was just kind of this close to them losing. And then this game, they were just unable to really get anything going until very late, and they kind of were forced to have to once again make a last-second goal. So this pretty much is their last chance right here. They need to reverse sweep in order to win. But once again, SDSU really quick on the offensive. Ball State not going to let them score this time, but now once again, SDSU just showing that they are here and they want to get this 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, you really see how comfortable SDSU has gone with playing with Ball State right now, and Ball State just needs to shake that up. They need to cause a stir, but so far the ball has just been in SDSU's court, and it continues to be when they get it demolished onto WOBA. Although Ball State is sending the ball over to SDSU side of the field, but not for long as Odyssey takes it over, gets blocked by Yags. 5-star goes for a clean shot, but it does get sent at an angle I don't think he's expecting it to. And now SDSU has to reset. WOBA gets a nice shot, but it is going to be blocked. And now SDSU is hitting it back towards Ball State, blocked by WOBA. Or blocked by Ultor, I believe. Set up by WOBA. Yags taking it in maybe for a shot. But now ball's going to get out of his hands.
Yeah, he's going to run out of boost there. It is on SDSU's side, though. Ultor going to see if he can get it past 1, but unfortunately, all 3 SDSU cars are there, but WOBA finds a gap, and he manages to score for Ball State. They have their first lead against SDSU so far.
Yeah, a great first lead, and they luckily burned a bit of time off this clock. They just need to play patiently, and I think that's kind of what the secret they need to do here. Ball State's known for playing fast, and Rocket League's a fast game, but you got to know when to play patiently. And Ultor, I think, really is playing patiently is what got them that goal there.
Yeah, kill the clock, honestly. I mean, you have that 1-minute goal. You have that 1 goal. You want to at least try to score 1 more, I'd say, in order to try and just solidify your win a little bit more comfortably. But play defense, just try and do stuff like this. Get the ball onto their side. Ooh. But that's a nice demo there. Can they get it past Odyssey? No, but it does go back to Ultor. They have another one, and now Ball State's going to be up 2-0. Game 3 going a lot better for the Cardinals.
Yeah, the tide seems to have switched and is now in BSU's favor. Still is 3 minutes on the clock, so anything can happen, but definitely Ball State feeling a rhythm that they haven't been feeling in the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, it just is unfortunate that they lost those first 2 games. I mean, they finally got something going here, but SDSU is going to respond. Odyssey sets it up for Sean B there, who is going to get SDSU on the board here.
Yeah, and just like that, I mean, getting the score deficit back to 1 is not where you want to be for Ball State. You want to keep some kind of leverage there, some kind of cushion. And so it being 1-2 that quickly after it was just 0-2. Yeah, that's not looking good for them. But WOBA gets a nice shot on goal here, goes past all the defenders. I believe that was Yags goes flying in, but is going to miss that shot on the goal. But WOBA keeps it on SDSU's side.
Yeah, and Ball State, they still have that 1-goal lead here. Unfortunately, SDSU, they do need 1 more to tie. But, if Ball State can just kill the clock here, maybe get 1 more goal, that would be ideal for them taking this game 3. I mean, just kind of play it safe. Don't take risks in this situation here. I mean, you are facing the losers bracket. You know, you're two SDSU goals away from the losers bracket. Just kind of play it safe, kill the clock. Don't make risky moves. Don't overcommit. Of course, easier said than done, but let's see if they can do it.
Yeah, especially this is the only game where, as you said, they've been able to have a lead on SDSU. They really just need to be wary of SDSU and their striking attacks and patterns. But Woba gets a semi-shot on just a little bit off goal. Ultor maybe he's going to set it up for a shot there. Skaggs gets a shot, but is going to be blocked. But yeah, I think if they can just play defensively well, there's less than a minute and 30. Odyssey does get demolished, so they might have a chance to get a little bit of cushion in that score back.
Yeah, X tries to set it up for someone, but 5 Stars is going to get a really good clear. Going to try and just bring it over to Ball State's side. Odyssey might have something set up here. 5 Stars tries to get out of the way as he has no boost. Sean B goes for the shot, but all 3 Ball State cards are there. 1 minute remaining now. Can Ball State hold on here and take game 3? Maybe try to set themselves up for a reverse sweep. Of course, they need to do a lot better than yeah. They do not want to let that happen if they want to try and get this game 3 win.
Yeah, and the Ball State needs to know that if they do pull out with this this win, they are going to have to be playing like this for 2 games straight. 30 seconds left on the clock. Odyssey goes in for a move, but yeah, Ball State there with the defense. Ultor and Wova there to defend as well. Just Sean B tries to set it up, but again, Ball State there with the defense.
Yeah, playing
and a nice shot on goal. Can Sean B defend? He does get there, but I think it was off goal just a tiny bit. Goes in for a shot, 5 seconds left, but it's off center. Ultor keeps it in the air. And there we go. Ball State takes first round win against SDSU.
Ball State able to get on the board here. So now, unfortunately for them, they have to win 2 straight games now. But you know, if they keep playing like that, it definitely is possible for them. I think maybe they just got caught a little bit off guard by SDSU. Maybe weren't expecting them to really just come out of the gate swinging like that. But now, you know, they do get on the board. They're going to need to continue playing at that level, maybe even play a little bit better if they want to have a chance at facing St. Clair in the winners finals, because that is who is waiting for them, is St. Clair. If they lose here, they're either going to play Shawnee State or Florida Southern. That is who they're going to play in winners. So that is one good thing. If they do lose here, they're not going to be waiting for very long. But here we go. Game 4. Let's see if Ball State can force this into a series tie and try to have a chance at going into the winners finals, or are they going to be forced into that losers bracket? Altor does get a nice clear, but 5 Stars is going to send it back. Altor going to try to do something here. Well, we're going to have to try to get it away from Ball State's net, able to do so. Obviously going to keep it on Ball State's side, going to try and set something up for one of his teammates. Not going to work out this time, as Ball State really being forced onto defense early here.
Yeah, SDSU really being aggressive there. I believe that was Sean B just trying to keep that ball over on Ball State's side. And Odyssey goes for an open shot. Ultor there for the defend. Gets a nice defense there. Just barely is able to defend it from a second attacker. But here we go. Gets a nice shot on the goal. Wolva just a little bit off. But still, Ball State able to keep it on SDSU's side for now. But and Odyssey gets a nice shot. Just a little bit too high. And just now going back and forth.
Great positioning by Ball State there, almost finding an opening, but Sean B is going to be there on the defense. Ooh. You know, just not letting SDSU force them out of positioning right now. Just kind of playing as good as they can here. Wolva gets the flip reset. Going to try and get it past 2, but unfortunately it is going to be taken away by 5 Stars. Going to go into the midfield. Altor looking to drive it up the wall. Odyssey looking to disrupt. Sends it back down to 5 Stars. Yags tries to keep it on the Ball State side, but Sean B gets that clear and gets it on the Ball State black side. Now they're going to have to be on defense.
Yeah, both teams right now seem to just be going at it offensively, just trying their hardest to scratch out an early score or an early. And as I say that, Ultor just goes, "Oh, I'll give you an early score early," almost 2 minutes in. But first score of this game, and definitely one that's needed, sets Ball State up definitely for success, as they just now again have that little bit of a cushion. if they can just defend well now for 3 minutes and 20 seconds, they can take it out. But Yags does get demolished as Odyssey sends the ball up, goes for a shot, bounces it off the wall, but Yags is going to get the defense, gets a shot off a little bit off of SDSU's goal. Sean B going to recover it. Woba missing the shot on the goal as well. But Yags is there to cover for him.
Yeah, nice for Ball State. They're the ones who get to play a little bit calmly now. You know, they have that 1-0 lead. Now it's SDSU who are kind of forced into the situation where it's like, we need to score. We need to try and get our, kind of get back on level footing. So that's kind of a nice cushion for Ball State, but unfortunately they've left their net open here. Odyssey tries to send it down, but SDSU just doesn't set it up properly. And great positioning by Ball State as well to keep that ball out of their net. Now we are officially halfway through match point. Well, we're going to send it down to Yags, but the shot is disrupted a little bit. Yags manages to follow it up. It's going to roll in slow motion, and Ball State's going to take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, amazing there. I'm surprised that Woba got that goal there. I thought that was Yags, but they both go over at the same time. And Ball State just setting themselves up for success. Now SDSU has lost all their momentum. If they somehow lose this game, is going to be 2-2, and anything can really happen then if it does go to Game 5. Because right now, though, it definitely does seem like Ball State is leading this pack as they send it back over to SDSU's goal.
I mean, honestly, yeah, Game 2, everything is reset. You can forget about those 2 losses against SDSU. Now it's all about the game ahead. Odyssey, though, is going to get it back on the Ball State side here. And SDSU, once again, kind of forced into a very similar situation that they were last game. But Ball State, after those first rough 2 games, they have really gotten back to kind of what we expected them to do this game, and that's sort of controlling it really well. We expected it to be close, but dropping those 2 games like that, not really what anyone predicted. But it looks like they finally figured it out. 5 stars almost finds it clear, but Altor is going to be there on some defense. Ball State doing a good job here on some defense, so they just got to kill the clock.
Yeah, SDSU not doing good with their boost right now. Going to have to step off the pedal of the attack just a little bit. And Woba going to try and use that to send it a nice shot on goal. Yak's going to set it up, but Sean B is going to be there to defend. Ultor going to try and take it away from Sean B's hands, but Woba's going to do that for him. Sets up a shot again. Yags might go up for it, but Sean B defends.
Sean B looks to send it down, but Ultor looking to send it over to that midfield. Going to try to keep it on SDSU's side here. Yags gets the flip reset, but it's taken away by 5 stars. Ultor sends it, tries to send it over to SDSU's side, but it's going to be sent into the corner by SDSU. But we're going to take it into the air. Odyssey tries to keep it down on the ground. Sean as well doing so. 5 stars is once again SDSU really desperate to keep it on Ball State's side right now. They know they're running out of time. I mean, they need 2 goals in less than a minute. Not impossible, but, very rare, very difficult to do. And right now they're doing everything they can to do it, but it's looking difficult for them.
Yeah, Sean B gets a nice shot on the goal there, but again, Ball State is just there to defend. Yags tries to set something up. Odyssey is there just for a little bit, but less than 20 seconds left. SDSU, I think, now just needs to get in the mentality of going to this Game 5. They're going to get a nice shot on the goal here, 10 seconds, but it's going to go away from them, sends back towards their own goal. Sean B misses the shot. It's crucial, and I think that might be the game as Ultor sends it back towards SDSU's goal. It's in the air. Once it touches the ground, game is over. Odyssey has it on top of him right now, going towards the goal. And he does get a score in there, but still it is 1-2 right now.
It does get the score, but it is going to be over. 0 seconds on the clock, and SDSU is down 1. So Ball State is going to send us to one of the greatest things in esports. It's Game 5.
Yes.
Winner takes all in Game 5. And like we said previously, you can sort of forget about everything that happened in those 2 games that SDSU beat against Ball State. Ball State is looking for that reverse sweep. They are 2-2. They only need 1 more to win the series now. SDSU really not going to want to get reverse sweeped.
Yes, that's the one thing you never want to get.
You never want to get reverse swept. It is a terrible feeling. But right now, Ball State putting them in the position to be able to do that.
Yeah, Ball State is just really coming out and offensively these last few games just has seemed completely different than what they did the first 2 games.
Yeah,
And
sorry.
yeah, I was just saying, and SDSU just is having to adapt to that.
Honestly, yeah, I think maybe Ball State got caught a little bit off guard. Wasn't really expecting, SDSU to really just kind of take control of those first two games. I mean, we saw them get goals like with less than 20 seconds in, kind of catching Ball State off guard here, but about to go into Game 5, one of the best things in esports. Winner taking all. Winner faces St. Clair in the winners finals. Loser is going to face Shawnee State in the losers quarters. So, kind of big implications here. I do believe the losers quarterfinals is a best of 3. I'm not 100% sure here, but Altor immediately demoed off the bat. But Wova going to get a nice clear, going to take it over to SDSU side. Going to maybe try to get Ball State on some early offense, but unfortunately just doesn't have the help in that moment.
Yeah, unfortunately the demo for that early in the game really sets Ball State up not for success, but they get a demo of their own to respond with. Keeping the ball on SDSU side. Ultor could maybe try and set something up. Sean B and Odyssey are there to defend, and defend they will. But Ultor sends it back over to SDSU side. 5 stars. Going to try and get a nice semi-shot from far away, but going to get defended by Wova. Or by, I don't believe that was Wova, but...
Now Yag's going to meet it in the air. 5 stars looking to take it away as he is running out of boost here. And a double demo coming out from Odyssey. Unfortunately, nothing Ball State can really do about that. Only 1 car remaining for Ball State there, and that's just going to seal the deal for SDSU to get a 1-0 lead 1 minute in.
Yeah, unfortunately, getting double demoed, and it was both the only 2 cars with boost is probably going to get a goal, but a double demo right off the bat here. 5 stars and Yags both getting demolished right off from the kickoff, but Sean B getting a second goal to start Game 5, and now it seems like the momentum is back in SDSU's court.
Yeah, Ball State sort of, got caught off guard with those demos, but there they just kind of got caught off guard on defense. Of course, they still have time to respond to these early goals by SDSU, but I kind of assumed it would happen that SDSU, they realize they've lost 2 games. They're going to want to lock in now and just try to seal off this win and try to go to the winners finals against St. Clair. Just kind of. They've realized the mistakes that they've been making, and they're going to want to try and ramify them here. 3 minutes and 30 seconds, though. Ball State still definitely has time to score 2 goals to tie the game, but, of course, SDSU not going to let them have it easy.
Yeah, and SDSU, they're keeping the same situation that we've kind of seen in the last couple of games of a nice 2-0 lead, but with those 3 minutes on the clock, Ball State definitely still has a little bit of time that they can use, but they so have SDSU and Ball State when they've been put in these situations in the last couple of games. So Ball State knows that, hey, this time isn't free. This doesn't mean we're going to get free goal. Both teams going to get a demo there, and unluckily it's just going to be sent back over to Ball State's side of the field.
Yeah, kind of running out of time to score here. I mean, halfway through the game, of course, SDSU has managed to score 2 goals within 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so Ball State can definitely do it, but SDSU's defense has been great so far. Sean B looking to send it over, but now Ball State, doing a good job of keeping it on SDSU's side right now. 5 stars, though, running out of boost, but he's going to try and get that clear and manages to do so. But Wova going to keep it in that midfield. He's going to send it over to Yags. He's going to run out of boost. He's going to send it into the air. Unfortunately, it's going to be Audacity who's there first. 5 stars looking to follow it up in transition. Going to try and get the goal, but unfortunately for him, not going to go his way. Ball State looking to respond.
Wow, yeah, it seems like Ball State missed the defense there, but just the shot ended up not going in. Odyssey with a shot of his own, but going to bounce off just the top of wall. As Yags is going to send it back over to SDSU's side. Now less than 2 minutes on the clock. Ball State needs to make something happen soon. Ultor going to send it up, going for a shot of his own. Odyssey's going to be there to defend, and it seems like Ball State's going to miss the shot of their own. And now they're going to have to reset here. Ultor setting back up. Sean B there to defend a little bit, but if they could set something up here, then maybe
Yeah, it was a great bump by SDSU there. Kind of looks like Ball State might have had a chance to score, but that bump really disrupted them. But now Altor has a chance, but unfortunately just can't get to the ball as Odyssey looking to send it into the corner. Wova looking to contest, manages to bump one out of the way. Yags looks to center, but just no one there. Now 1 minute remaining for Ball State here. You know, they got that 2-0 deficit. They have it on SDSU's side, but they just haven't been able to score. And now SDSU is definitely going to kill some time on the clock with that clear. And 5 Stars keeps it on Ball State's side. The SDSU doing a really good job at killing the clock right now.
Yeah, SDSU just does a good job at, I was going to say doing a good job at defending, but yeah, Wova does get one on for Ball State right there. Going to make it 2-1, so 41 seconds left on the clock. A little bit of hope for Ball State to maybe send it overtime, maybe even take the lead here, but they're going to have to move quickly, which Ball State has been struggling to do. Just hasn't been able to really set up any kind of formation this round. And with 30 seconds left on the clock and the ball over on their side of the field, it's going to be tough as Odyssey gets a shot in, but Ball State's going to defend.
Yeah, now 20 seconds left. Sean going to keep it on Ball State Black's side. Wova looking to see what he can do. Yags has control of the ball. 5 Stars is going to contest. Wova's going to be there and waiting. He's going to get possession for Ball State. 10 seconds left now. Wova's looking to fly it in, but unfortunately Sean B just going to send it over. Yags there just struggling to get the car right.
Odyssey
struggling
misses,
to get control of the
so
ball.
does Yags.
1 second left for Ball State. Altor is going to keep it in the air, looking to bounce it off the wall, but unfortunately SDSU is going to ground it, and that is going to be the end for Ball State in the winner's bracket. They're going to go and face Shawnee State in losers quarterfinal.
Yeah, definitely not the position Ball State wants to be in. Just it seemed to really SDSU and Ball State played incredibly well, and it really came down to just the little things. I think, you know, we saw if you were missing just little shots, you're missing little defenses, that added up. And
yeah.
I think ultimately that is what ended up with SDSU taking it. It's just, especially I think in that last game, they were able to have less little mistakes and just were more synchronized. But Ball State is still in this, just in the losers bracket. Still has a chance, but gonna be just a little tough for them now.
Yeah, unfortunately, just kind of, you know, you put yourself into the position where you have to reverse sweep, and you don't really know what, you know, it's just you kind of dig yourself a really deep hole there, and you know, having to win 3 straight games, just not something that's easy to do, even for this Ball State Black team, which is a really good team. But yeah, now they are going to be playing Shawnee State University in the losers quarter. So, I mean, I guess lucky for us, that game took long enough that we're not going to be waiting on our opponent for a while.
I guess that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, that is nice. I mean, of course, you know, a break isn't the worst thing in the world, but also it makes us be here for a lot longer. So Ball State Black going to go play Shawnee State University. And I guess we're going to see how they fare against them. Shawnee State is the 21st seed, which, of course, once again, that means on paper Ball State Black should win. But, you know, they did just lose to SDSU, which is the 16th seed. I mean, it was a close game. But, yeah, now they're kind of looking to crawl their way back to losers finals, where hypothetically, if St. Clair Gold does what we think they're going to do, they're going to have a rematch against SDSU. But yeah, before they get to the losers finals, they have to make sure that they don't end their night altogether against Shawnee State.
Yeah, getting to losers can be a real mentality killer, but I know for Ball State, they just got to make sure to keep their head in the game. Going to have to power through this game with against Shawnee State, and then hopefully can power it through to get to that rematch with SDSU, and then even take it all the way to Grands. But yeah, they really just need to work. There's something needs to change. Something needs to change.
Definitely, yeah. Kind of got caught off guard by SDSU there. And there's also moments where teams are better than what their placement shows. I mean, SDSU coming in as the 16th seed. I mean, maybe they weren't seeded as accurately as they think they should have been. And they just played a great game against Ball State, and now they're going to play St. Clair in the winners. So, GG's to SDSU as always. But now Ball State is going to go against, Shawnee State whenever that one gets going. It looks like they did get Ball State and SDSU scores entered in there for the winner semi. I'm not 100% sure if the loser's quarter is a best of 3 or not. I would be surprised if it was, but the winner's quarters is. So I don't really know. I don't really
know how that works.
I don't know how to see if it is. I'm gonna look at matches here. Loser's quarter. It doesn't say.
It doesn't say. Well,
it does not say, unfortunately. Maybe there's like a rules. I'm sure Backroom knows, and I'm just doing all this for no reason. But yeah,
they're just waiting. They're snickering.
They're just like,
they're
this guy, he doesn't know.
Like, we're just gonna watch Wyatt try and find this.
Yeah, but it looks like we will be going into games shortly here, because according to start.gg, the game has started. So, clearly,
and I hope that the game starts soon.
I mean, they're probably like in lobby. I'm assuming the timer starts when they enter like a game with each other, and like they click the button being like, we're here, like both teams are here. But yeah, it looks like games should be going underway soon. And yeah, unfortunately, Ball State gonna go into the losers bracket. But yeah, we'll see. I guess just a maximum now, if you want to know, it's a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4 more games, which is always nice. But you never know. Of course, they could always lose in the losers bracket, which would be unfortunate, but that could always happen. Especially if they have to, rematch SDSU, or if SDSU upsets St. Clair.
If SDSU upsets St. Clair, then that throws everything off balance, and I think Ball State has a much bigger problem they have to deal with.
Yeah, and there's also the University of Florida. I mean, not a bad team either. The 28th seed. They have to play against Northern Illinois, and if Ball State wins against Shawnee, they have to play either the two pretty solid teams in University of Florida and Northern Illinois in the loser semi. So Ball State, the losers bracket can be a menacing place.
It really can.
Because it's where all of the people who even lose the close matches go. Like, for example, Shawnee barely lost to the University of Florida. And the University of Florida is, I think, seated higher than them, maybe, or lower. Yeah, University of Florida is 28th, Shawnee is 21st. So yeah, the University of Florida upset Shawnee. So yeah, you never know what can happen, honestly. Yeah, still waiting on getting into game.
Which, what do you think that they're talking about right now? Like, what do you think they should be talking about right now?
Well, I think they definitely are probably a little annoyed. They just got upset by SDSU 3-2. Close game. Probably felt like they could have won. Probably felt like they should have won. And so they're probably just thinking, we got to claw our way back now to Grands, and we have to fix the mistakes that we were making in the last one. But yeah, we are about to go into game now, so let's see what they can do against Shawnee State. What I believe I said was the 28th or 21st seed. Yeah, 21st, I believe. Best of 5 here in the losers quarter, so let's see if Ball State can crawl their way back to the winners bracket.
Yags keeping it on Shawnee's side of the field, but Oltor gets a nice shot, just a little bit too high. Gonna bounce off the wall and going on to Taco Stash 84. It's a nice goal shot onto goal, but Oltor just comes flying out of nowhere to defense.
Taco Stash 84. Now that is a gamer tag there. I do believe that Ball State Black has seen Shawnee before, as Altor is going to send them up 1-0 early on.
A great start to this match from Ball State. They really needed this. Tries to get the momentum going. They really wanted to keep themselves in this game as much as possible. Show Shawnee, hey, we don't deserve to be in losers, especially if that's what they really are thinking. But Slayer gets a nice setup onto a pretty open Ball State goal. And Taco Stash 84 responds with a goal.
Yeah, great stuff from Shawnee there. They're immediately responding to Ball State there. Nice setup. Taco Stash, he's going to get that one right in there for Shawnee State. Now a game tied at 1-1. So let's see how Ball State can respond to this one. Shawnee State going to kind of showing that even though they are ranked lower, they very well can score goals on Ball State.
Yeah, and not only are they showing that they can score goals on Ball State, they're showing that they can just immediately off the gate pretty much score a goal on Ball State. So they definitely need to keep that in mind. But Yag's going to miss a shot onto the goal there. With Taco Stash there to defense, but now Taco Stash defends again with a nice shot onto goal. But Yag's going to dribble it a little bit. Fighting with Taco Stash again for control over this ball, and they just seem to be sending it back and forth, back and forth. Just one big shot after another. Almost gets a goal onto Shawnee State there, but I believe the able to defend pretty well. Taco Stash dribbling the ball up the field, getting it close to Ball State's goal. Slayer tries to set it up for someone, but it is not going to work out.
Yeah, now Taco Stash tries to meet it up the wall, but he's not going to be able to get it that time. And now Ball State looking to send one in, but unfortunately just not the angle that they wanted there. Alter trying to see what he can do, but unfortunately nothing really going to work out. Now Taco Stash seeing what he can try and do. Tries to get it out of that Shawnee State goal, but Yags is going to try to keep it on their side. Slayer going to meet it on the roof there, and he's going to send it back over to Ball State side as Alter's going to meet it in the corner for a clear of his own.
Whoa. Yeah, a little bit of a lag spike there, but Yags there to defend. Slayer almost backs up to their own goal, but Wova does get demoed as they. So does Ultor, but Wova is back, and he get a goal. They're definitely going to try to, but not as good of a setup as they would like. As Yags gets control of the ball, sent it over to Wova, which we got the PNG. He's back.
He is back as Yags tries to send one in. But actually all three from Ball State get a shot on goal, but Taco Stash is going to take it away. He's also going to get a demo onto Ultor, but nothing really going to work out there. It's going to fly over into the midfield. Spooky going to see what he can do, but Yags going to follow it up. Taco Stash going to get a clear of his own. Going to keep it on Ball State's side here with less than 2 minutes remaining. Slayer tries to do something with it, but Ball State's going to get a nice clear. They're going to be able to break through. They get it past one. Ooh. Slayer's going to have to be there on defense, as is Taco Stash. Looks like it could have been a Ball State goal, but Shawnee comes through on defense.
Yeah, Slayer and Taco Stash really forming a god-tier defense for Shawnee there. But Ball State, knowing this, they know how to score goals. They know they know what Shawnee's gonna want to do. Just a little bit too high of a shot there for Taco Stash. Yag's gonna try and set it up. A shot goes over Ultor's head. Wova there for the defense.
Now Wova running out of boost, going to get it onto Shawnee State's side. Taco Stash going to try and meet it there, gets that boost refill. 1 minute left. It's kind of looking like whoever is going to score next is going to win here. And Ball State has it on Shawnee State's side. Wova going to try to keep it in the midfield, looking as stone-faced as always. Sends it up into the air, but unfortunately not going to work out for him. Slayer's going to get it clear now. Taco Stash is going to meet him there. Shawnee State, they have it on Ball State's side. Can they do something with it? Spooky a little bit too high.
A little bit too high, a little bit too much to the side. Wova does get demolished. So does Ultor. It's just up to Yags. They're definitely going to try, and Spooky uses the opportunity well. It gets another point for Shawnee.
Yeah, Shawnee really able to break through there. Now 30 seconds remaining. Ball State now at a disadvantage. They're going to need to score a goal, and they're going to need to score it fast. But are they going to be able to do it? I mean, this has been a very low goal game, and this is just kind of proof that you can never count anyone out, really, no matter where they're ranked. I mean, Shawnee State is, seated well below Ball State, and yet here they are looking to be the favorites to take game one off of them. Now with 10 seconds remaining, Ball State is going to need to score now if they are going to have a chance of sending this one to an overtime. But it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it as Taco Stash is going to get that last second goal there. And Ball State Black down a game.
Yeah, down a game in losers bracket. And if I'm Ball State right now, I'm just thinking, okay, something needs to change. Something needs to change. If we're losing to SDSU, we're losing to Shawnee State in round 1 of losers. Something needs to change. But what is that? And I don't know. That's up to them.
Yeah, just not really going that well for Ball State right now. I mean, down 2-0 against Shawnee State here. I mean, now this is an upset that no one really expected. But yeah, now they're going to go down 1-0 against Shawnee, and you know, we kind of saw it here. I mean, I just feel like losing the first game is it's a rough thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I know what you're thinking. Maybe, you know, you guys at home are thinking, why is losing the first game so bad? It's a best of 5. I think that, you know, Rocket League, me and Grant were talking about this on the first CRL, but we think it is one of the most momentum-based games in esports. And game 1, I mean, you lose that game 1, all of a sudden Shawnee, you know, they're feeling hype. They are in the right mental to try and take game 2, and then all of a sudden they take game 2 with this momentum that they have. They're playing well. Ball State's trying to, you know, see what they can do, trying to find something out. All of a sudden they're in the same position that they were in SDSU. They have to reverse sweep. They have to. And right now, it is just, that's not the position they want to be in. And Shawnee State is kind of, they want to see if they can have a shot at maybe getting into that grand finals, or even the losers finals at least. I mean,
Yeah.
that gets some CRL points. Losers finals get you CRL points.
Yeah, Shawnee State seeing now the opportunity to create this huge upset, and the more CRL points for them, the better. But yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying. Just Rocket League as a momentum sport just can switch on the drop of a dime, and Ball State needs to get some of that momentum if they want to stay in this thing.
Yeah, definitely going to need to. And already, great start. Yag's going to get a goal within 8 seconds for Ball State.
Yeah, it seems like they maybe have changed something. They may have been listening, but Yag's getting a goal with not even 10 seconds being into the match. It's definitely setting Ball State up for a little bit of victory, getting them a little comfortable early in the match. But Slayer sends it over to Ball State's goal, a little bit off from a shot. But Ball State, while no one was there to defend, is just able to regroup and take it back over. Taco Stash is able to defend that clear for Ball State, but still, so far, nothing has been able to really happen other than that goal from Yags.
Yeah, really nothing going on as of yet. But, you know, we did see last game, Ball State Black, you know, they had that lead really early on, and Shawnee, you know, responded pretty quickly with a goal of their own. It's taking them a little bit longer this time. But, of course, you know, Shawnee very capable of breaking through Ball State's defense. Slayer going to try to send it into the air, but kind of a risky play there. I mean, Taco Stash didn't really have the positioning to get up to there, and it allowed Ball State to pretty easily get control of the ball back. And now Taco Stash going to have to be on some defense. Slayer going to have to contest Altar for it. Altar might try to set it up for Yags, or he might try to take it in on his own. No, Yags just going to take it into the corner.
Yeah, if that was supposed to be a setup, Yags was just a little too slow on it. But Yags takes it to the corner. Taco Stash sends it straight back to him. See, the Ultor gets a nice setup onto the goal, but Slayer is there to defend, sends it back towards Ball State. Yags sends it back towards the goal, but Taco Stash is there to defend.
And now Spooky gets a nice clear on the Ball State side. So now Ball State going to be on some defense. Slayer's going to get a nice redirect, but it's going to be Altor who's going to be there on some defense. Now he's looking to drive the ball up the wall. Stash going to try and take it away. Slayer on a very, very tight save, but manages to do it. And now Ball State on the offense. Altor looking to send it in, but Taco Stash gets a great clear. Well, we're going to have to be there on defense as well. And now Ball State back on offense.
And Slayer really coming in clutch for those saves on Ball State.
Open net.
Yeah, Wova he got that save from before, tried to turn it into some kind of offensive opportunity, but instead just left the goal wide open, tying the game up at 1-1. And now Ball State, this is where we saw the last round pretty much be the entire game, was just 1-1. and Ball State ended up losing, so they got to come up with something else.
Yeah, unfortunately, Shawnee able to tie the game there. I mean, unfortunately for Ball State, that is. So now Ball State going to have to play, both teams kind of playing a little bit more aggressively, both wanting to score and try to, I mean, Shawnee especially really going to, he just wanted to send themselves up 2-0 in this series. Ball State going to be desperate to win in their own right as well. I mean, like we've talked enough about the disadvantages of going down 2-0, but it looks like Shawnee's going to break through, and they're going to be able to get on some offense here. Taco Stash finds a hole and is able to send it in. Unfortunately for Ball State Black, 2 minutes remaining. Once again, they're down 1.
Yeah, really, Ball State came out swinging with all the momentum, and suddenly it is all gone. Ball State really scrambling, just needs to find something. And it seems like Shawnee is just there with quick saves, and whenever Ball State seems to go all in on the attack is when they leave, is when Shawnee is able to make the most of that opportunity and is able to get their goals. But Ball State just needs to find a way to defend and attack at the same time.
Yeah, struggling to do so right now. I mean, now they are at the deficit. They do have it on Shawnee State's side here, but unfortunately, I just don't really know if they're going to be able to break through. Shawnee State has been absolutely amazing on defense. I don't really know how Ball State's going to get past this one. I mean, they're keeping it on Shawnee State's side, but just now Wova going to take it into the air, going to see what he can do. He's going to send it down to Altor, and he does get it clear. Ball State is going to tie it.
Altor seems to be getting all the goals for Ball State today. After this stream, he's going to be able to retire, move down, get a nice Bahama Mama, probably somewhere in the nice islands. But yeah,
going to maybe have to drive through Kokomo to get there. Now Yag's going to take it into the air. Going to try to get a lead for Ball State here. They have it on Shawnee State's side. Well, we're going to look to send it over. Taco Stash, though, he wants Shawnee's lead back. A minute left. Yag's looking to send it into the ground. Slayer with that Octane. He's going to have it in the air. Can he find a clear? No. It's going to go back to Spooky, though. But Ball State gets a great clear. That one's going to go in with less than a minute left. Ball State takes the lead.
That is exactly what Ball State needed. Getting the lead right at the end, less than a minute left, and if they can just defend for 58 seconds, they can take the second round and hopefully come back from this round deficit and losers.
But yeah, Slayer, he has it in the air. He wants Shawnee to retie this game. I mean, they want the lead back. Spooky has something set up. He's going to bounce off the top rope, but Altor is going to take it away. Back onto Shawnee's side. He's going to set it up for Yags. It's going to roll in. Altor's going to be there to follow it up, and Ball State looking like they might just take game 2 here.
Yeah, it seems like with another goal, Ball State might have just hit the final nail into the coffin, but still 40 seconds left. Pretty much anything can happen for Shawnee. We did see them. They are able to get goals pretty quickly off of kickoff, but when the ball is sent right into their corner, it's going to be tough. And when Wova sets it up for a nice shot, it's going to be even tougher. But Altor keeping it on Shawnee's side, keeps it in close to the goal, but not able to get anything started.
Spooky now on transition, 10 seconds remaining. If Shawnee want a chance of winning, they're going to have to do it now. Wova there with a great save. He was all the way back in Key Largo when he made that one. Less than 10 seconds, though. Ball State looking to put the nail in the coffin, maybe. No. It looked like it's going to touch the ground, and Ball State is going to take game 2. Shawnee has it back on Ball State's side, but even if they score here, this one is not going to go their way. And there it is. Ball State going to take game 2. And now it's basically like a best of 3 again.
You're right. It is just a best of 3 again.
I just want to say that one of Ball State had a 67-meter goal. I figured that needed to be mentioned.
6'7". Average.
I'm sorry.
That joke was really scrumptious. Yeah, I gotta say, that was great.
Was it really?
It was. I was eating that up. I was yum.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so now this one's really close, honestly. I mean, basically it's kind of back at 0-0 again if you think about it. We're basically in a best of 3 now. If Ball State wins here, and next person to win, they're at match point, and that's kind of these close games. They've been a little scary here. I mean, St. Clair and SDSU, they're still going, in the winners finals as well, as is the University of Florida and Northern Illinois. So no one's waiting on anyone right now. Everyone's playing Rocket League. And here we go, back into our game. It's game 3. Winner going to be at match point.
Starting off good for Shawnee right so far. Gets a nice shot on to goal and gets a goal. I thought someone from Ball State was there to defend, but unfortunately not. It seemed like.
Yeah, I thought for sure, Wova got there, but he couldn't hit it out. He didn't have the angle. And Shawnee State, 6 seconds in, going to go up 1-0 as we go to another kickoff here. This one going to go a little bit better for Ball State, but Slayer's going to be waiting in the back. It's an amazing clear. Taco Stash going to find it in the air, going to bounce it off the crossbar, but not going to go his way this time. We're going to transition it over, but Spooky going to have something to say about that. Yags gets the flip reset and a clear into Shawnee's corner.
Yeah, so far just keeps it in the corner. Slayer might be able to knock it back towards Ball State side of the field, which he is able to do, but Ultor is right there to send it back their way. Spooky goes with a nice shot on goal, but Yags is actually there to defend.
We have a Rule 1. It's a Rule 1 here in Game 3. So now, unless they break it, which it doesn't look like, yep, they are not breaking it. We have a Rule 1. We are officially in a 2v2 situation now.
Wow. Yeah, this is the first Rule 1 I've seen in an actual,
I've seen
game.
a few.
And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You love to see it.
No, it's actually like my favorite. One of my favorite things about Rocket League is that there's just this unspoken rule. But it looks like Slayer almost accidentally sets it up for Yags there. And this, we're basically playing 2v2 right now. As Stash looking to take it into the air. What's he doing? I mean, doesn't really have a lot of boost. Yags kind of meeting him there. This is the most slow motion Rocket League I've ever seen right now. No one really doing anything.
Really, you can tell when you're missing one player from both of the teams. You can really,
Look at Ultor. I mean, clearly not entertained. As Ball State, though, they do have it on Shawnee's side. As I say that, of course, Shawnee gets a great clear on the Ball State side here. At that deficit, we're going to try and send it into the corner, but Taco Stats is going to be there waiting and snags that boost reset from Yags. Ball State really looking to score here.
Woba tries to set it up, but just ends up passing the ball straight to Taco Stash, giving him a free goal. Wow. Is going to end the Rule 1, but going to bring Shawnee up to 2-0 with exactly 3 minutes left on the clock. Ball State needs to make something happen here.
Yeah, Ball State really going to have to make something happen here against Shawnee here. I mean, down 2 goals. An unfortunate Rule 1 kind of made it so they had no defense as Altor just totally airballs that one. And it's going to go on to Ball State black side. Slayer trying to find some clear air. Tries to send it down, but demoing Yags, but the ball's still just going to go right towards Shawnee's side. Taco Stash once again getting a demo. Wovo tries to bounce off the crossbar, but no one is there to follow up on that nice center.
Yes, unfortunately, no one there. Just a little too high, but Yags going to send it straight back towards Shawnee's side. Ultor gets a nice setup. Maybe is someone going to be there this time? No, it's going to be defended before anyone can. But still on Shawnee's side of the field. Yags hits it off the crossbar. Ultor tries to get it in, but again defended. But still, Ball State doing a great job at mainly containing the ball. Shawnee does get a clear and a demo onto Ultor there as they tried to get another goal, but just a little bit off on the angle.
Yeah, and it is on Ball State's side. And, down 2 on your side, not a very good situation. Taco Stash and Ultor are going to trade demos. Wova going to now see if he can get some offensive going. He's going to try to send it over, but Taco Stash gets a nice clear. Ultor going to meet it in the midfield. Ball State getting desperate to score. They're running out of time here. Of course, if Shawnee wins, it's match point. And then Ball State kind of in a really rough position here. Wova almost gets it in, but unfortunately just 2 cars, not 2 cars there. Spooky gets a nice clear over. He tries to send it back to Taco Stash, but he's not there to set up on that shot. Tries to drive it up, but unfortunately for him, Ultor going to have the ball. Going to drive it over. Is there going to be a Shawnee car there on defense? He's going to set it up for Yags. And Ball State showing they're not out of this one yet.
Yeah, with just over a minute left, getting that goal is huge for Ball State. Shows they're still in this, not only this game, but just in this whole round. They need to hopefully take this to get just a little bit of a lead onto Shawnee here. But
no.
Spooky immediately gets a goal. Or that's not Spooky, Slayer.
Yeah, let's watch that one back, honestly. I mean, yeah, Ball State just totally caught off guard. Spooky with a great clear. And now Ball State really in a rough position. A minute, 1-1-1 on the clock with 1 goal. Ball State going to need to score 2 here in a minute. And right now, you know, they've only scored 1 in 4. So how are they going to play this one? I don't know.
Yeah, just Shawnee somehow has really been able to crack through Ball State's defense this game. And if they somehow are able to continue to crack through that defense in the next game, then that's it for Ball State. They need to lock in here. They need to make a play, because if not, this could be the end of the tournament.
Yeah, this could be the end of their night early on here. I mean, 30 seconds left. I mean, 2 goals in 30 seconds, not impossible, but extremely unlikely. I mean, with the especially just this has been a very low goal game, though. They do get 1. Ball State 24 seconds to try to send this one to overtime.
Yeah, they definitely do have a little bit of life showing now. They can see it. They can see the light. Just 24 seconds, but they can try and get a goal here now. But Shawnee, unfortunately, has been pretty lucky with the kickoffs, but it seems they're going to take a defensive side to it. Only one of their players going towards it, because they know if they can just defend for 15 seconds, then they're free. But they send it over to Ball State side. Oltor tries to get it. Nice defense there from Taco. Wova sends it up 1 second.
Yags has it on his head, gets it past 1, has 1 man to beat, but Taco Stash is going to be there.
Wova.
They kind of crash into each other. Ball State doesn't have it. Taco Stash is going to ground it, and Shawnee, they're going to take a 2-1 lead. Ball State facing elimination.
Yeah, and which I don't think Ball State was really expecting to be in this situation, but now that they are in it, they definitely need to come up with something, and because they're probably sweating.
Yeah, this is kind of a nervous situation right now. I mean, they have, they are 1 loss away from their night being over, and certainly not qualifying for the last chance qualifier. Because like we've said, they have to qualify for a qualifier. The qualifier gives them the chance to qualify for the championship. We've been over this, okay? I've been listening. That's what it is. That's what they have to do. It's that simple.
Yeah, and if they don't get into the qualifier, it still won't be the worst thing, as we have to boo Ethan for not seeing Avatar. Everyone at home,
like the
please
movie?
boo Ethan. Yes.
I've never seen it either. I mean, I've never seen it. The movie came out when I was 4.
Like, I think the Blue People movie's all right. I think, like, it's fine. It really is, like... I mean, let's talk... If you want to talk about a real peak thing with Avatar in the name, I think we have to talk about Avatar The Last Airbender. That's when... That is peak. So, Ethan, I support you. I support you. I have never seen Avatar either. So, I don't care. I'm all about Avatar The Last Airbender, personally. When I think of Avatar, I think of Atla. Avatar The Last Airbender is definitely the superior Avatar, in my opinion.
I agree. I've never seen it. I don't think I've seen a James Cameron movie.
Really?
Yeah, anyway, enough about James Cameron. We are going to go into Game 4. Ball State really facing elimination here. Slayer just has 1 man to beat, gets the fake 5 seconds in. Shawnee State has that 1-0 lead. Great stuff from Shawnee State early on there. 5 seconds in, really just had 1 man to beat, and Ball State immediately in the situation they were last game.
Yeah, it seems like Shawnee State might have the download on Ball State, which hopefully isn't true, but Ball State just needs to get that momentum change on their side. But with Slayer being the GOAT for Shawnee right now, it's going to be tough with those saves and scoring goals like that. But Wova could maybe get the ball to a nice position. Oltor does get demoed. Yags has to defend.
Yeah, and it's a great demo at that. But unfortunately, Shawnee State weren't able to capitalize on it, at least unfortunately for them. Now, 40 seconds into the game, Ball State already down a goal. Really unfortunate. Taco Stash looks to set something up. Yags going to send it into the corner. Slayer has to contest. Just one man with Yags trying to get past that ball. Kind of has Wova there. It's just sort of a 3-car pileup right now over the ball. Everyone's scrapping, fighting for it. Looks like Yags might be able to get it clear, but Shawnee State doing a good job of keeping it on Ball State's side.
Yeah, it seems like pretty much everyone from Shawnee State is on Ball State's side, so if they can get it a nice shot on goal, the chances of it going in are high, but right as they start to get possession of the ball, we start to see the rotate from Shawnee State here. Players going towards the defense. Ulthor does get demoed again, as it seems like Wova has it in the corner. Yags tries to keep it in the corner, is not successful.
Wow, amazing defense by Shawnee there. Just immediately, they take out one. They take out one immediately with a demo and then just take the ball away. They get it back on the Ball State side. Yags has to meet it in the air there. Spooky trying to see what he can do with it. Now Wova has it in the air. He's going to try to walk it in on his own, but Slayer's once again going to be there. And now that's an open Ball State net, but Taco Stash doesn't really have the angle on the knees. He just has Ultor to beat right now. Looks like Yags is going to be able to get there. 2 minutes remaining, but Slayer is going to be there and waiting in the midfield to keep it on Ball State's side. Shawnee killing the clock, and they still have that 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Shawnee doing a great job at killing that clock. Just almost getting on to, or getting a second goal multiple times. Just hasn't been able to get there, and just playing amazing defense to make sure that Ball State doesn't tie it up. But Ball State, and again, Yags gets demolished out, so it's going to be tougher for them to get a score now. But 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they need to make something happen. Yags gets a nice block, but it sends it straight to Slayer's hands. He's going to pass it up. Spooky misses a shot. Wova is able to take the control of the ball here. But both Yags and Wova get demolished. It's just Ulthor. He's going in for the kill, but ball gets away from him. Yags goes for a setup there. Gets deflected away.
Yeah, Ball State really just can't get anything going on offense right now. But as I say that, Yags might have a chance. Sets it up for Wova, and there we go. Ball State manages to tie the game. 1-1 with 2 minutes remaining. Now Shawnee State in a fight to get their lead back.
Yeah, now Shawnee State is going to have to play a little bit more offense, not going to play as much defense as they've been wanting to, or that they have been playing this entire game. But Ball State really just needs to keep that momentum going. I thought that might have been a goal, but Spooky was right there. But still keeping it on Shawnee's side for right now. As I say, that gets a nice clear over to Ball State side, but Taco Stash is demolished.
Yeah, great demo by over there. Now still on Ball State's side. Taco Stash tries to keep it away. Slayer going to have to be on some defense and gets a nice clear. Yags sends it down to the ground. He's going to send it over to Ultor, bouncing off the top wall. But Taco Stash going to just try and keep it away from their net. He gets it onto Ball State's side. But once again now, Yags playing physical with the demo, not letting Shawnee State get on the offense. But right there, that's an amazing clear. Ultor's going to have to get there, and he does. Ball State really forcing onto some defense right there. Spooky, though, nice redirect, but Yags once again on some defense. Slayer going to send it into the corner. Shawnee, they take out Wova. Slayer sends it into the air as he runs out of boost. Ultor now going to try to get a transition going for them, but not going to work out this time. 1 minute left, still on Ball State's side. They're really going to be desperate for a clear right now.
Yeah, they especially are just looking for it. It seems like Shawnee has just been able to keep it in this one corner this entire time, but just with relentless attacks. But Taco Stash, is going to get the second goal for Shawnee State with 43 seconds left on the clock. Ball State needs to make something happen here.
Yeah, and I mean, that is a terrifying goal explosion. Two,
I don't like the shriek.
Yeah, I don't like that. But yeah, that was just textbook Rocket League right there. I mean, just forcing the ball down the opponent's throat. I mean, just forcing them out of, the more that they are forced to defend, the more it forces them out of position when you take extra shots on goal like that. And it's just textbook Rocket League by Shawnee. I mean, not really anything Ball State could have done in that specific situation.
Ooh, a pretty good shot on the goal, but again, just defended really well from Shawnee State there. 18 seconds left on the clock. Wova has a little bit of possession on the ball, needs to set something up as we just hit 10 seconds. But see, one of the members of Shawnee is going to send it back towards Ball State's goal. Taco Stash playing defensive now. Time is up. They need to keep it in the air. Can Ulthor get it? To get a defense from Shawnee. Still in the air.
This is Ball State's chance. Altor keeps it in the air. 0 seconds left, but it looks like Slayer going to take it over on the Ball State side. You think he would just ground it? Wolva going to keep it alive. Great stuff by Ball State right now. Taco Stash just trying to ground it, but unfortunately, there it goes. Ball State going to face elimination in the losers bracket. Unfortunately for them, you know, I don't really know what to say about it in terms of what they could have done better. I mean, Shawnee State, like I said, they just played some textbook Rocket League. Ball State kind of forced into an uncomfortable situation. And yeah, there you have it. Shawnee State 2-1 against Ball State Black.
Yeah, Shawnee State ended up just kind of playing amazing there, especially in the moments that really mattered. Was able to really capitalize on Ball State's mistakes, and was able to get some great goals. But yeah, unfortunately, is going to eliminate Ball State from the bracket.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not as great of a day for Ball State Black. You know, I think that, I mean, that is, unfortunately, that is also their end of the chance. The end of their chance. That is, you know, that's the end of their hopes to get into the last chance qualifier, as they didn't score any CRL points, and they needed at least 2 to tie what OK Christian is at currently. And then OK Christian would also probably get more tonight, maybe. So, yeah, unfortunately, Ball State Black not going to make that last chance qualifier. Of course, Red is going to be in it. I'm not sure if they're like already guaranteed to be in it or if they have a chance of making top 4 still. Like I said, I don't know. But for certain, they're going to be in last chance qualifier or championship. I mean, after the end of league play. More likely right now looking like last chance qualifier with a chance to make the championship. But that is, I'm pretty sure that's just kind of going to be the end. I mean, nothing really else to talk about. Not a great showing for Ball State, but you know, they did have some good games, some good wins. Just kind of faced some opposition they weren't expecting.
Yeah, just ultimately Ball State, yeah, like you said, it's not the best showing, but just great showings from all the other schools. Just really put everything on the line, and yeah, it worked for them. Ball State wasn't able to respond this time, but you know, as YSA still got the red roster, going to CRL finals, but yeah, just it is unfortunate ending for Ball State.
Yeah, and I believe as well, I think that was Wova's last appearance on a Ball State Esports stream, because he is a senior, and I don't know what else we're going to have for the rest of the semester with the Black roster specifically. Yeah. So thank you, Wova. Appreciate the 4 years here, the national championship, of course. Never going to forget that. But we are going to have a highlight reel for you of tonight, but we are going to send it out, and we're going to send it to that highlight reel. So I've been Wyatt, a.k.a. Libby Baby.
And I've been Zane, a.k.a. Pokey Penguin.
Of course, make sure you tune in to the ESC live streams to watch our Valorant and League of Legends team try to win a championship. But that's all that we have for you tonight. Make sure you watch the highlight reel, and have a good night.
See you next time.